everybody. I'm going to restream an interview that I interviewed Stahr Milan, and it was a big controversy about 4 years ago. And I broke that story down. And so I'm going to restream this interview and let you all listen to it in its entirety. It's about a 2 hour live. So if you miss it, if you miss all of it, of course, you can rewind and replay it. Okay. So I'm going to stream it. And it was one of my best interviews, was one of the highest rated interviews that I did on Blog Talk Radio. And I never streamed it on YouTube. And for the first time in history, I'm going to stream the entire interview on YouTube. And this is where a lot of allegations were said about Stahr Milan. And I am going to I'm going to definitely put it out here and play it, and so you all can listen. So here we go. All right. Let me screen share. And this is on Blog Talk Radio. This is the famous interview that literally got me a name in the community. Let's get it started. I am Wiley. I'm your host tonight at Wiley Show on Twitter. Let's get the show started. I have a special guest. Many of you all have heard of the controversy that's going on. Everybody have been tweeting, Facebooking, Instagramming. Let me give a bit of a background story on this. Now, Mother Milan, okay, is in some hot water with two of her former members. They made videos. The Egyptian king Ian James made a claim that he was raped by Mother Milan, and Taj made a claim as well that he was raped. And pretty much when I just saw the video again, King Milan, I'm gonna just say King Milan, he said that when he was pooping or shitting, let me make it rated R, how he said he was shitting, and she still was raping, still continued to have sex with him. But I'm going to bring Mother Milan on, the one and only, to resolve these rumors once and for all. So please tweet and put on your Facebook and Instagram that the Wiley Show is live. I'm going to bring on the special guest. I would say she's legendary. Over 100,000 subscribers. She's reached so many people. She have a skincare line. So many people have bought her products and everything. Yes, she is. Let me bring her on the show right now. Let me bring her live. Mother Milan, you is live on the Wiley Show. And thank you for coming on.
You forgot to say that I was the baddest bitch.
And the baddest bitch. Now, first of all, wait. Now, let's just.
It's only right. Wait. I have a question. At the beginning, you said that Ian, Taj, and then who's the other person? You said James.
No, Ian. I think he said his name was Ian James. That's the name he want to go by. Ian James is his name. He want to go back because he said he's no longer Milan. Now,
they should also change their Twitter names as well. Then.
Okay, they should change their Twitter names as well, according to you. Mm-hmm. But let's get to it. Let me get to my
Instagram name
and change his Instagram name.
Yes. So why do you think needs to go? Everything needs to go. If you're not Milan and I'm a messenger and I do these things, why would you want to carry the name that I gave you? That's just ignorant. One. Mm-hmm. So I just think that they should drop that.
So you want them to drop the Milan name? Period.
Of course. I mean, why would I want them to have my name? They're not carrying anything that pertains to me or my brand. They disgust me. They don't deserve to be named Milan to me.
Okay, but let's get to it. My first
question. Bring me my lipstick?
Huh?
I was talking to my friend.
Okay, first and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to get started with this interview. I would like to say that would I be correct that you all were close before all of this came out? You all were a family.
Very, very, very close. Me and Ian was closer than Taj, but me and Taj was just as close.
Okay. And I was a big happy family in Atlanta. And so you opened your home up to Ian and to Taj because they didn't have nowhere to go. And according to them, they were on drugs. Their families then didn't love them, kicked them out because they were gay, and they came to you and you opened your doors up. Would that be correct?
Taj came up here because he got kicked out because he was gay, but that was dumb because he had somewhere to go. Ian got kicked out because he was on drugs and he was just doing dumb shit. So yeah, I guess.
Okay. So let's get to it. Now, I had got so much buzz that's been going on about your name. And the first question, they had came out with a bombshell that you raped them. And my first question, did you rape Ian, and did you finger fuck him in the car, in his sister's car? Did you finger fuck
fucking course not.
Okay. So you land that to raise that you did not. Why do you think he making that claim that you finger fucked him in his sister's car when he was 15 years old and you were like 19?
I don't really know. I could barely hear him on the video the way he was talking. But that's just dumb. It's absolutely dumb. To be honest, we stopped being friends 2 months ago. They could have came out with all of this 2 months ago. The reason they didn't is because they were still staying in my house and they had nowhere to go. I guess that they felt like, okay, he's still giving me a roof on my head, so let me just keep my mouth shut. No, you should have did this 2 months ago because I wasn't talking to you 2 months ago. It's really dumb that the police kick you out of my house and now I raped you and did all this stuff. That's really jokey to me.
Okay. So you saying that you did not finger fuck him. Now, did you, because this is the thing, when I research statutory rape in the state of Georgia, it's from 16 and under, they cannot, that age gives consensual sex. Did you have sex with Ian in the shower and fucked Ian while your boyfriend was in your bedroom?
That is the most dumbest thing ever. And my ex Red was just over here with 5 other people in my house, and he would tell you that's dumb. Like half of the stuff they said in that video was just dumb. It's just like really not logical as an adult, which I don't really think of them as adults, so I don't really blame them because their mentality isn't adult like. So yeah, that's just dumb.
Okay. And he said that and this is about Ian, I'm gonna get to Taj in a second. He said when he was paralyzed, you still was fucking him and you did not stop.
He didn't come to Atlanta until he was walking.
Okay.
So how did I fuck him when he was paralyzed?
But that just mean because as a rapist, they said people will rape you regardless, and he was saying that you still were doing that and didn't care. And then he said he said he was shitting.
No. Let me give you guys a story. Let me give you guys a story that people don't know. Ian got into his accident where he got paralyzed in January of 2014, right? I moved to Atlanta February of 2014. Ian did not move to Atlanta until March of this year. He was fully walking. So I don't understand how I would fuck him when he was paralyzed. When he was paralyzed, he was home with his mom, living in his mom's garage, which they made a room for him. So that's just dumb. I don't think they really thought everything that they was going to say through correctly.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And I got another, with that, but everybody is trying to say that you did have sex with them. Would that be correct that you did have some sexual relations with them, whether it was touching, whether you were sucking their dick and all that? You did?
Yeah. Okay.
Now, when you having sex with them, did they say, no, I don't want to do this? Can you stop? Was that going on?
No.
And what age were they at when you were having sex with them? Since you did admit that you all did have sex, what was the age that Taj? So let's start with him. How old was he when you first started having sex?
Taj was 17.
He was 17. Okay, that's legal in the state of Georgia. How old was Ian?
Ian was 18.
Okay, so out of all that time, I'm actually again, you never ever finger fucked. And they said no, you never heard the word no. Now, this is another question. Okay, no. So I wonder, why did you have sex with them and didn't have sex with someone? Because it kind of like you was an older person. Can you see what people are saying, that you was the older, you was the adult, and they were still teenagers? Why have sex with them? Why not get somebody outside the house?
You have to know Ian to get that situation. You have to know how nasty and dirty that girl is. But but what was the question you said? Why didn't I have sex with who?
I said, why didn't you have sex with people outside of your children? Because in the gay community, children.
I have boyfriends.
Okay.
Now, this is in the gay community. Let me put some context to this, because I remember last time I did this. This is like in the gay community, people say this is my gay daughter, this is my gay son. In the gay community, this is all kinds. This ain't like biological, like incest. No. It's like when gay men, if I was like gay and if I get a guy in my home, I will say, oh, this is my gay son. It's something like that. And so what they were alleging, that they were raped by Stahr Milan. Now, let me say this. After you hear the interview, she admitted in this interview, everything that we had, it was consensual. It was not rape. I did the interview, and I'm playing it for you. We're going to share some other stuff, other little details. So I'm putting that in context, too, because I keep forgetting that how majority women, a lot of y'all don't know the gay community and gay terms, gay doing all that. Y'all don't be knowing. So y'all probably, so just that piece. So I'll put that in context. So let me play a little bit more of this. Where's the button? Right here.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of people will look down on you, Stahr, that you had sex with your children and you supposed to be their parent and supposed to be their guardian to look over them, and you were sleeping with them. Do you see the evilness and how some people can think that can be evil?
Yeah, I see that. And I'm never going to have a gay child again. But I see that.
Do you apologize? Are you you apologize to Ian and to Taj for having sex with them?
Apologize for what? You apologize if a person doesn't want it.
But this is the thing in the gay community. Let me say this if we on eye to eye with this. I always believe that if you have gay children, it should stay as a parent and child. That it should have that same identical way as a bloodline where you don't sleep with your children. Do you believe in that theory or no?
Yeah.
Okay. So my question. So sex was going on. So we got that out. So why do you think they came with the allegations of rape?
That's a question you would have to ask them, honestly. Because you can ask anybody who was literally around us, and that was just false.
Mm-hmm. Did you all ever have a threesome?
Yeah.
Okay. So we breaking ground with this. So you had a threesome, you had sex with them, and I'm just making sure that they was over the age of 16.
And they was like people, and they were saying all this stuff all on YouTube. And my cousin told me about this story, and I said, okay, let's talk about it on Blog Talk. When I picked this story up, it literally was the highest rated story on Blog Talk Radio for about a month. Literally a month. And I got a good check from Blog Talk. That was like a biggest check I ever received from Blog Talk. And if I would have continued on doing blogger, I would be much bigger than what I am today. So I'm going to continue to play it. And this is why people have to be careful who they surround themselves with. And when people put these strong allegations out, but just keep listening.
That they weren't minors with this. And let's move on.
I didn't meet Taj until she was 17.
So the 15 thing
is... even remember that. Okay. She's really a dummy. She's a dummy.
And you said in your video, ladies and gentlemen, Stahr made a video. It was an hour and 46 minutes. You said, and I'm trying to quote you, you said Taj is a follower. He's a dummy. He's weak.
Let me tell you something. You ain't even got to ask me that. Ask anybody who knows Taj that. Literally, I will give you people @names and people Facebook, and I will give you numbers, and you go ask them that. He is not. He has a tick. He's less of smart. He has a real problem where he just needs to follow people, and it's sad. Eventually, I hope one day he will grow up and be his own individual, but right now it's not happening.
But you have to realize that, Taj, that we're not talking about a adult 25. This is a child. This is this is a kid, a teenager. So,
and I mean, they said I was incorrect. He wasn't a child. He wasn't a kid. It was a grown man. He was grown, over the of consent. You know what I'm saying? Because my whole thought process, I'm thinking of these people like underage. They were all like teenage, 17, 18, 19 years old. One was like even 20. So they were consenting grown men, right? So, and Stahr Milan wanted to come on the Wiley Show. I remember the day I reached out to Stahr and I said, hey, can you come on the show and answer these allegations? Because my cousin told me about this story and nobody picked it up and did an interview. So I picked up the story and I'm like, okay, let's come on and let's interview. And so let's continue to have a conversation. And so she came on, he came on, everything like that. And during that time, Stahr was in a lot of controversy, because she would sell bleach creaming products and very big. People were getting their products. They were saying they were getting powder. It wasn't the real skincare product. So we're going to continue to play this. And this was about 4 years ago.
Oh, can you finally, because when you were speaking as though like Taj was like this adult, like, whoa, like he was a grown man. This is a child.
I believe that if you come at an adult with something as strong as rape, you should be able to take the heat as an adult.
Okay. Okay. Well, with this being said, do you feel like, and someone just tweeted me a question, he said, do you feel as though that you having sex with them at a young age, that confused them, that confused them, that messed them up in the head?
No, because Ian was escorting and Taj was trying to have sex with anybody he can have sex with. So I didn't confuse them. They confused themselves. Number 9.
Did you teach them how to do that? Get into escorting?
Of course not. Of course not. If I would have taught them, they would have been 10 times better.
Oh, okay. And we're going to get more into the bedroom because I want to get to the root of this issue.
And what was escort? And see, all that went over my head because I was in the moment. It was thousands of people calling it. It was so bad people couldn't listen. Like it was like messing up. Like I've never, out of my years of doing a show, that when you dial that 646-716-8447 number, that is like a busy signal. It was like a busy signal. Like they flooded the lines where nobody could. I mean, I didn't know at the time that this was a big like story for me, and that it was so big. But yes, that's when the Scorpion Show, they did commentary on it. And then of course Justin J. And you keep listening, Justin J. is going to call in into that particular interview.
Okay,
into the bedroom. And then we're gonna move on to other things because it's a lot about your story. But I just want to wonder who was topping whom when the sex was going on, because when Ian speak, he said he was shitting. So obviously you were topping him, and he couldn't even hold his bowels when it came to that. So had that ever happened when you all had sex that he could not hold his bowels?
Gross. That is gross.
Okay.
No.
He said that. Was that true? What he said?
False.
That he couldn't hold. Okay.
False. She's so dramatic and dumb.
Mm-hmm. So, ladies and gentlemen, just tuning in, I'm on the phone with Mother Milan. She is giving her side of the story. So, you say she's dumb. Why do you think that
dumb.
she's dumb when you pretty much said that's your prodigy, that she remind you of you, and she's very smart? And how is she's dumb now? What make her dumb now?
She's a completely different person from the person I know, or the person I knew. When I got this girl name tattooed on me, she didn't act the way she acts now.
Mm-hmm. So why did you get her name tattooed on your body?
Well, I got King and Bakaya in a heart because, like we said in the video, it was just us three. It was always going to be us three. So, yeah. He was actually with me when I got the tattoo.
Okay.
Oh, no, he wasn't. He was actually in the hospital. He woke up, and when he woke up, I showed him the tattoo.
Oh, my gosh. So you got a tattoo on him.
He got...
Enemy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He was unconscious.
I'm going to
woke up, I showed him.
I'm about to be Yana for a second. And would it be correct that all the sex that the issue started to become an issue when you all started to have sex with each other? That's when the issue started. Would that be correct? So it was issues before the sex.
Honestly, no, it wasn't. The issue started when King moved here and Taj started smoking. That was literally the first issue. And I don't know if people know this, but I'm 25 and I've never smoked or drink. Bakaya don't smoke. So and also the apartment I live in, you can't smoke in here. So that was always a problem. I'm telling them, okay, y'all can't smoke here. We got in trouble so much to the point where now we can't even renew our lease. We had to move because of them. That was the problem. And they knew that was the problem.
Mm-hmm. Can you be understanding that at a young age that maybe they were smoking to adapt to this new setting of all the sex that's going on, the parents don't want them? I'm just trying to make sure that you are understanding on their part and being children, or you don't believe in that. Okay, so you don't believe in none of that. You believe, as what you said on the show, that they are adults, that they act grown, so you treated them like
I
grown-ups.
understand what you're saying, but
okay.
I think people think that we was having sex every day, and it wasn't like that. It was literally like 2 to 3 days.
Was there? Okay.
It was like 2 to 3 times a month. It wasn't every day.
Okay. It was like 2 to 3 times a month. It was not every day. And then, according to Ian, that you would have sex with them and that you would be so like aggressive, like you wanted to take it, like you were coming at them like an animal attacking its prey. That did not go. Did that go on? Yes or no?
No, I'm 5'4". Both of them are taller than me. But like that's so stupid.
Because according to Ian, he said that y'all think that you small, but you can get strong. I guess you get that strength, that inner. You get strong when you want sex. Are you a dominant person?
They said that. And
yes, that's what he said on his video.
Yeah, they said on the video that I'm this so strong, and they couldn't fight me off. But Ian came to my house last night in a car full of faggots talking about come outside, he's gonna fight me. So if you can't fight me off you, what would think that you would be able to fight me?
Mm-hmm. That's wow.
That's not logical. Again, they're not smart. They're not smart people. They're very dumb.
According to Ian,
and those rape allegations destroyed Stahr Milan's brand. It destroyed his brand. His sales went down. He stopped blogging for a while. I don't even think the last time I checked the page, he haven't blogged wasn't too much. It stopped his whole entire, and it was a point that he had disappeared for years. Because and I'm gonna say that I'm gonna play it again. I'm gonna put a disclaimer that years later, those guys that had those allegations that said Stahr Milan raped them, they recanted and apologized and said it never happened, that everything that they did with Stahr was consensual. It was not raped. But the damage was already done, and I think Stahr got back cool with them. And people was like, "Hey, Wiley, are you gonna come out and make a statement?" I'm like, in the broadcast, I said what I said in the broadcast in part 2. So I'm gonna play that and I'm gonna restream that. Because I'm not the issue here. It was a story, and Stahr Milan agreed to come on the Wiley Show, and I interviewed Stahr Milan. I didn't create the allegations. I didn't say he did these type of things. No, it was a story, and as an interviewer, I took the story and I interviewed the interviewee, which was Stahr Milan. And then also, I think one of the guys that were accusing him called in too.
Taj, that it is some text messages. Now, no one sent me the text messages, but he said he have receipts. I will pray that he send me the receipts and give it to me and let me see it so we can resolve this issue. Because number one fact, according to you, out your mouth, that it was sex involved. Sex was involved. Mm-hmm. So I need to know, and the public need to know, was that sex consensual or was it rape? You said it was consensual. It was consensual sex, and you said it was over the age of 16.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make that sure, ladies and gentlemen.
I think that it will be absolutely amazing, and I think it will be like a big groundbreaking thing for both of our channels if we just go do a lie detector test. Wouldn't that be like awesome?
Well, a lie detector test will be awesome, but in actually it would not be awesome because a lie detector test is not that reliable. We can't use a lie detector test in court to prove guilt or innocent because it's not all the way 100%. So with that, it's kind of like doubt. Really, the lie detector test, you all had sex, so the issue would be why
if I raped them or not, and that's why
if you raped them or not. That's the issue, and
See,
they're great to do that.
If they would have made a video and said we had sex with Stahr, that wouldn't have been a problem. But these dumb little girls went up there and said Stahr raped us, and that's a problem. You can't do that. That's not okay.
Taj cry himself to sleep? He said Taj cried himself to sleep. That he cried himself to sleep.
I slept in my room.
He said he cried himself to sleep because you always have sex with him, and then Taj walked in the house and saw you having sex, I guess with King, and he said, yeah, this is going on. So you never had sex with Taj. So that didn't happen?
I already said yes to that at the beginning.
Okay, that's that. I just want to make sure. Because I was saying that. And then you did that.
Kerry asking the question and to make sure, and it was like consensual. And that's when the Scorpio show, they was like, well, it was said that Stahr actually, had sex with him, but it was consensual and they were of consent. And Mikhail did not believe that Stahr raped people. He was on the fence that he was like, no, Stahr did not do this. Stahr actually, you know what I'm saying? He's innocent. He did not do this, right? And then Kevin, he reviewed it. He was like, okay, it came out that he did have it, but it was like consensual. That's what Stahr said. Because they was like real cool with them. And of course, Kevin, like they do today, don't want to give me kudos that they was on the Wiley Show. Because people had a tendency when they hear my shit, where they'll say, well, it was on this blog, they don't want to give me credit. I don't understand that. I can say their name crystal clear. But when I have some and they take it, they never want to put my. I wonder why. I wonder. Let's play a little bit more of this.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that did happen. Let's get to the text messages. Now, is it some?
Well, I have a question.
Yeah.
I'm going to dinner in like 8 minutes. So.
Okay.
And then now it was like she was like going to dinner. When people do that, that means they irritated. The interview they ready to go, because reason why Stahr said that, because Stahr was getting dragged on Twitter, she was getting dragged on Facebook doing this interview. They did not believe Stahr. The public did not believe Stahr. They literally believed those men that came with those allegations. They were on their side. They did not believe Stahr. And then people would say, well, Wiley, why would they lie? Who lied for stuff like that? And I was saying to people, and I'm gonna reiterate, I said people could come up with some lies. And to the police investigating, and why didn't you? None of them ever went to the cops or any of that. Well, no DNA, nothing. You just went live, spray all of that information on a live, I think it was a Facebook live.
Okay, I'm going to speed it up. Let's get to the skincare products. Many of the people that have purchased your skincare products said it was not what you said it was. It was cocoa butter. How do you respond to that?
Well, I've never gotten a customer who tell me that. The only person I heard say that is Ian. And like I said,
Ian said that, and Justin, a YouTube blogger in Atlanta, made a video, said he had customers he actually showed evidence of it was in a dented, and it was in like in a mailman box, not in a UPS box, mail carrier box and all that. And they said that it had no name on it. It was late and it had traces of cocoa butter. I mean,
who is Justin?
Justin is a YouTube blogger in Atlanta, and he's been attacking you from the get-go since the scandal came out. And he pretty much saying you are a fraud and you give the girls cocoa butter. You give the girl cocoa butter, and then Ian publicly said that you all did that. Okay, and then he said, "Is this legal? Can we do this?" And pretty much you said yes, that you can do all that. I'm confused. How can you sell skin bleach products or products? Period. Don't you have to have a license? Is it It's have to be some type of. You don't have to have a license to sell products like that.
No.
Okay. Even like it don't have to be it. So you made those. How did you make it? Like, what was the ingredients? Did you make it or did someone else?
I don't make it. I buy a wholesale and I just put it in the bottles.
And you get put in the bottles. So what you did was legal.
And they know that.
Okay. Because everybody, even me, people were talking like, is that legal? Can you do that? And I'm like, I don't know.
Everybody can start a skincare line.
Okay. And your products is top notch. Because I can look at your skin. If you use, you done. You look good.
And Stahr was selling like these skin bleaching products because Stahr is like dark, like my skin complexion. But with them products, it turned his skin into like it's a brown, like a light brown color. Because he's my skin complexion. But the skin bleaching, whatever product he were using, he was selling. And people were, and to this day, you can YouTube, and there's people on there that were dragging when this scandal first happened about how his product was cocoa butter. It wasn't real product, it was fake products. So it wasn't sincere product. And I asked him a question: do you supposed to have a license? And now that we know that you do supposed to have a license and have your paperwork in order to sell those type of products.
You said you want to make it. You look really good, but a lot of your customers, people are hitting me up on Twitter and saying, "Do not believe that Wiley. She is a fraud. She has so many of her products do not work. It is cocoa butter." Ann told me that it was started out right, and then it just ended into this big fraud of cocoa butter. Then just was all late and all of that. I'm like, so how do you respond to all of that?
My first question would be why? Like, if I'm sending the right stuff, what triggered me to say, okay, today we're going to send it to my customers cocoa butter? Maybe cocoa butter would be amazing for them. That's just dumb.
Okay.
And then on top of that, I just last week told everybody I need 15 people to review the product for this very reason, because I'm sick of Ian and her dumbass sister, Andy. She's just so thirsty. To review the product and tell them their honest opinion. So that's just, I just think it's stupid. I think they really need to wake up and get a job and get a GED and just move on in life and just be happy like me.
Well, and another question someone said, is the doors broken in your apartment? Was that one of the reasons why you all have to move? Okay. Because they said all the doors was broken.
Because we have to move because they got us in trouble with smoking. They know that. I can show you, I have papers where they signed that they can't come back on the property. They know that.
Oh, wow.
And
that's why they was in handcuffs. You said they was in handcuffs.
That is why they were in handcuffs. They weren't in handcuffs just because they was here. They was in handcuffs because they got in trouble numerous times and it wasn't supposed to be on the property. They know that.
And I'm glad you resolving this. And one thing that, ladies and gentlemen, this is breaking news, that they did have sex, according to Mother Milan. It was consensual sex. It was not rape. I will be bringing on King Milan and Taj so they can give their side of the story. And so this is a new development that you said it was sex. So I'm glad that you didn't deny having sex, because I'm like, I wouldn't have believed it anyway if you denied it, because all of you all these men in an apartment, there's no way you cannot be doing anything. It's hard to get away from that. So I'm glad you was honest enough to say that, but the question still remains, and only God knows, and those text messages is out there that know, was it rape? Was this rape? And you said no. And is there anything else?
And it also was 2 other males in the house. So
that were doing it.
I think you should. No, that was not what's doing
it.
That were living here.
Okay. Would you like to take like a minute? We could do like the last 2 minutes and take a phone call or two. If anybody want to speak to you, any of your fans just want to give a shout out, you want to do that right quick? Because I know you have to go out to dinner. Do you have time, like at least about 2 minutes to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody that would like to speak to Mother Milan, please press 1 right now. If you want to give your thoughts on this, if you want to give encouraging words, just saying anything.
Like
just
right
press
now.
1. Just right now. We'll do it right now.
Yeah.
Let's first.
And so we're gonna hear some callers. And Stahr definitely suffered from depression. I mean, Stahr went through a lot. You know what I'm saying? He lost a lot. He battled a lot, and going through that was a serious allegation. It was really bad because it was all over the internet, and he was a very popular blog. And I'm gonna say this: one of the major mistakes Stahr did, he answered it, and what he should have did is like got a lawyer involved, like legal stuff. But we were all young. He was what, 25? I was probably a little younger than him. So we were young, and so they were pissed. His two people that he brought into his home were mad at him. Instead of them, letting go because he kicked them out, they got on their page and talking about and said those allegations. And so that was like really, really bad. Like I didn't know how bad it was because I was like in it, covering the story. But as I look back, it was like really, really sad that they just sat and just blatantly lied on Stahr. And he dealt with the backlash.
First Stahr and take, I'm going to take 813-401. 813-401. I'm just going to call your area code and then your first three numbers. 813-401. Caller, you on the Wiley Show.
Hey there. I just wanted to say thank you for taking the call. And I want to give my support to Mother Milan. I love you. Big fan. Love you.
Okay. That was one of your fans. She's giving her support. I'm going to take another call.
So I'm going to honey. I love you too.
Okay. I'm going to take 770-572. 770-572. Caller, you on the Wiley Show. 770-572. Hello, caller. You're live. What's your thoughts? Okay. They hung up. We're going to take 843-939. Caller, you're live on the air. Okay. I guess people is afraid to talk right now. I'm gonna take one more.
I don't know why
they
ain't afraid to tweet me and shit.
Okay, we're gonna take one, ladies and gentlemen. This is your all's chance. Get it off your chest or forever hold your peace. Okay,
216. I see him in the street.
Okay, 216-526. 216-526. Caller, you on the air.
I just wanted to know, where were their parents at during all of this going on?
Very, very good question. Because in Ian's video, he said that his mom looks up to me so much and she begged me to come get him. You guys have to understand that Ian's mom has my number. Ask Ian when you guys have the interview why his mom hasn't called me yet. The reason she hasn't called me yet is because he didn't tell her shit because he knows it's a motherfucking lie. But thank you for that question. It was very smart.
Well, thank you so much. I just want to say, my name is Kim. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, and I am a big, big fan of yours. I just hope you guys work this out. I really do.
I have.
And this going to be like the part one, then later on today, I will play the other piece. I think when King mom called in, one of their moms had called in. Spill some tea. But go ahead. Let me continue the first play.
I know for a fact that me right now in my life, and I'm not trying to like look down on them, but I know for a fact I can never, ever be friends with them. I will never talk to them. It's just, I'm ready to I'm going in a different direction and they just don't fit in it. But I wish them well.
Good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Okay, I'm going to take
we can do like one more and then we can go.
Okay, we're going to do one more. 210-349. Caller, you on the air. 210-349. You on the air, caller? Yes, you live. What's your question or comment?
Me?
Yes, go ahead. I can hear you.
Oh, hello?
Yes, go ahead. What's your question or comment?
My comment is just that, just like the other lady said, I just hope you guys just work everything out because I'm a big fan of you, Stahr, King, and Taj. And I don't know about everybody else, but it's kind of sad that everything's happening and stuff like that. So I just hope y'all can work it out. Y'all don't have to be friends. Just, just squash everything and just move on.
I agree. this does, honestly, I'm not even gonna lie, it does saddens me because I feel like it doesn't really sadden me about Taj because honestly, I don't like him. But King, it saddens me because I knew him for so long and I have his name tattooed. I never in a million years thought that we would stop being friends. Like,
right. Because when
so
you
it does
said,
sadden me. Yeah.
what?
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, when you said that you knew him before you knew Taj, I would figure, just like you said, y'all was real close, so I would figure that, that would hurt you the most because, you knew
It
him
did.
for that long, so,
It did.
but I just hope that y'all can move on and stuff like that because y'all all seem better than that.
All right.
Instagram stuff. So
Thank you so much, caller.
Wait, I want
Caller.
to do one more. Thank you, honey. I love your question. I want to do one more.
Okay. Go ahead. You want to do one more? All right. Let's get it together. Let me go down. If I can get somebody. Let me get a 305-290. 305-290. Caller, you on the air. 305-290. Hello, caller. When I call your number, just say hello. 305-290. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the next caller. Just press 1. We're gonna do 786-720. 786-720. Let me bring this caller on. Okay, we'll hang up. This last one. Now, listen, ladies and gentlemen, don't be shy. Like, come on. 754.
And that's why a lot of people did not. And when you see people not answer, a lot of people did not know. You had to. I had as a host, like if you press 1, you're in queue. Just because they're listening, don't mean that they want to call in and say something. That's how it used to work on Blog Talk. But now, since we do live streams, you can see me. Now it's kind of like easy. People know how to use it. But during that time, a lot of folks, they were new to Blog Talk. I had thousands of listeners that didn't know nothing about pressing and calling and saying something. And I didn't do a good job as a host instructing them how to call in and what to say. So that's why you have all that dead air.
779-754-779. Calling on the air. You have something to say? Yes. Okay. And I have a couple of block callers. Let me do this. I have some block callers now. If you are 111, I don't know which one. So if I'm about to take a block caller, you're on the air. What do you have to say? I'll have a block caller. You're live.
hello.
Say hello. Yes, you're live.
Hello?
Go ahead, sir. Yes. What do you have to say?
I believe that I'm on Stahr side, to be honest, because
And clearly that's a ma'am. It was a lot going on that day. That's not a sir, that's a ma'am. I remember that. It was a lot. I was not used to all. Listen, I was not used to all that. The big audience, I would call it. I wasn't used to it because, my show only had like 1-2 listeners. I wasn't used to that day.
it doesn't make any sense to make any allegations that don't, own up to. You know what I mean? So I'm Stahr's fan right here.
Okay.
Oh,
She
thank you,
said-
baby.
She is a Stahr fan. And ladies and gentlemen,
welcome.
You sound like you're from Brooklyn.
Oh.
The caller.
Hey. Yes, the caller. She still sounds like she's Brooklyn. And let me just say this. I am just praying for the situation. I'm praying that they always say it's 3 sides to the story, your side, their side, and the truth.
And I want to count that. Somebody said, free R. Kelly, Wiley. Situation like this makes you think how liars get the public sympathy and ruin lives with no repercussions. Where were the parents? Right. That's that piece. And that taught me a valuable lesson. Like when you take these stories, like you have to investigate. You cannot get on the side and say, hey, I believe this is what it is. No, you need to investigate this situation and let the investigation come up. And if you don't vet this, investigate, and get professionals that know how to investigate those type of allegations, you will be agreeing to something. And then what if that person or persons were lying? Then what? that person's reputation is damaged. It's another story of a guy in Africa. He was a designer and he had some allegations. They were saying that he raped this woman, and what happened? The guy commits suicide, and because it was all them allegations, and I don't know if it was real or what, but what it was, since it came out publicly, he was losing bags, losing opportunities. He commits suicide. So it needs to be a culture of investigate. If a victim or someone coming with allegations, investigate the matter before we come to a conclusion of the matter. But when you go public on a platform, you say that, you don't get that opportunity of investigate. The public already came up with a conclusion, and by the time the truth come out, your reputation or your brand is tarnished. But they were over 18, is not where their parents. This is where it's not the same as, or this is not the same. But I hear your point. I hear what you're saying. But they're not kids, right? They were grown men, right? They were, even though they were 18, 19, they were still consistent adults. But with the piece of what Tiff is saying, you have to be careful believing folks without the proper facts and investigation. Had to be very careful with that. That is what I see the spirit of what Tiff is saying.
According to you, and if people can tweet me at Wiley Show right now, whose side are you on? Are you on Stahr side or King and Taj's side? Because right now, from breaking news from Milan's Mother Milan's mouth, that it was consensual sex. They did threesomes. He never shitted on nobody, and he said pretty much Ian is a very freaky person, and
she's an escort. Of course
he's freaky. An escort. And according to your video, you said that he had sex with an overweight white fat man, and he
he wasn't white. He was black. He was so
black. And $75. I think it was you said $75.
It was $75, and that was the day that he had first made semen come out his dick since his accident.
Oh wow. Wow.
Yeah, so I was really happy for him nutting, but
but do you feel like he had to escort? Because some people say they escort because he didn't have no money. Do you think he was doing that to survive?
Escort was like a big thing. This was for OnlyFans. This is for OnlyFans, and so one of the person that was living with, they're in the accident. They were paralyzed. So they got on their platform and said, "Hey, I was raped and I was paralyzed and she raped." They had some strong allegations, and the public was on their side, and they lied, and they lied, and they lied. They lied on Stahr. They did not tell the truth. They came out, they lied, and then they went back over there to Stahr, and Stahr dealt with a lot of depression because people were believing that he did those things.
Or do you think he was doing that to just being a hoe?
He didn't have to escort because I was giving them money. The problem is I told them, I can't give you money forever. You have to get a job. And Taj knows this. When Taj got his job, I told Taj the first day, I am so proud of you. I'm going to help you get your first car. Taj knows this. That's why we opened the Chase bank account so he could save. The problem is when King moved up here, every accomplishment that Taj had in his mind went out the window because he started smoking with King and all of his money went to weed. And that's why she's dumb.
Well, according to King, he said he can't even open up a PayPal account. I think Taj can open a PayPal account because of the fraud and the money that you owe PayPal, and also the cable. They in hundreds and hundreds of debt because you put a cable bill in their name. And then
the post wanted cable, not me. I could get
and
cable.
You did not pay. Okay. And why didn't you get cable? Because you wanted it, not because of you. Because of you, you didn't want it.
The reason the cable was in their name is because, like I said in the video, everybody who knows me knows this. I paid the rent, they paid everything else. That's why the cable wasn't paid, because they didn't pay it. I don't think people put those two and two together. I never paid utilities. Never, ever, ever. Since the day I moved in here, the utilities was to Vakaya, and then when they moved in here, they all split it up basically.
Okay. So you saying that they split it up? Yes. So what about
the cable bill was never up to me?
Okay. And you said it went up to like $600, and you said you kept asking them to pay the bill, and it was up at $600, and you said you weren't paying that, and that's when they shut the cable off, right?
I'm still not gonna pay it.
Okay, and you still not going to pay it, and so that's in their name on their credit, and also the PayPal. He said that he can't even think about opening a PayPal account because he said
two. Taj's PayPal is zero balance. She can call PayPal right now and check that out. She's dumb. She's dumb. This girl is dumb.
Okay.
Like, sad.
We have one of your biggest fans. They pressed 1. They said they would like to say something really, 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 really quick, but it's so many. They said they want to take a cup. They wanted to say something. Just press 1 if you really want to say something, because they were saying I really support you. It's a lot of people that support you, Stahr. I don't want you to think that nobody supports you. It's a lot of your fans are supporting you.
Before we let her in, I just want to say this. Like, it's never about the naysayers and the ones that don't like me, because honestly, I have so much like confidence in myself, and I know I'm the shit. So if a bitch don't like me, a bitch don't like me. The problem is they want this attention, and they want so much of what I have. That's what bothers me, to the point where they're trying to like turn people who really support me against me. And that's what I don't like. If you want to be and get to the point where I am, you need to get your ass up and work for it. You can't say bad shit about me and expect you to get the same shit that I work for. That's not going to happen like that. It just doesn't. That's the same as everybody's today was like, oh, Taj does makeup tutorials now. And I'm just like, she's so jokey. Like, that's the key.
Right. So they did it, King and Taj, they did it to embarrass Stahr Milan. Now, because no one knew who was King or Taj was, right? You knew who they were from working with Stahr. So they were working with Stahr. Stahr wanted to kick them out. And next thing you know, them getting kicked out of the apartment to them coming on video with strong allegations. And it was strong. Some of y'all wasn't there. Some of y'all were there during that era. And most people, even Justin J, was believing those two young men. But again, it did not happen. They lied. It was all consensual.
That's key. Like, girl, stay in your lane, do what you're supposed to do. You don't even know how to do makeup. How are you doing like makeup?
And what do you think that she's supposed to do? I mean, of course that they learned some stuff from you. What do you think that she's supposed to be doing other than doing makeup?
The thing that is bothering me is when we were friends, I told them a long time ago, I think you guys should make a YouTube channel, and I think you guys should literally just show the world what you guys do on a daily basis. So that was the thing. I don't know if people even realize this. Their first few vlogs was in this house. So why is it when you get kicked out, you come out with some vlogs saying I raped you? Why you didn't do it when you was here? Stay in your lane. 2, I had them do 10 questions, and then I deleted it off my channel. Now they're like, oh, they're going to do a 10-question video with all their friends. That's so jokey. That's so jokey. You guys don't deserve to do what I do. You guys can't do what I do. No one can do what I do. You have to do what you do, and you have to stay in your lane. They need to stay in their lane.
And what is that? They're like just a blog, period, and not do makeup, not do 10 questions, not do makeup tutorials.
I think that would be awesome, because they're not makeup artists. Like, what are you doing a makeup tutorial where you can barely do your face? That doesn't make any sense.
As of right now, the video that he did, it got like over 20,000 views, and pretty much the response was positive on it. I don't know if you checked it out, but pretty much
I did. I don't watch their videos, but people they have a fan base because the people who are fans of those are against me.
Okay, so that's what you're saying. Their fans is your fans.
No, my fans are their fans are people who don't like me.
Okay.
Like, I think they should just blog all day because they have a lot of shit going on. So much shit happening in their life. I think people would be very entertained with all the shit that goes on with them. Like, they don't have to like try to step on my toes because it's not gonna work.
Okay. Now, were you? I have to ask you this. A lot of people were telling me that you are a very mean. You are a very mean bitch. Like, people would just to be strong. A lot of people say that you talk to them any kind of way. That if some don't go your way, you speak your mind. That's why they say you're single. I don't know. I mean, you can answer that. Many people said that's why they said that's why you're single and that's why you can't keep a man because you're.
And I want to tell people when you interviewing, you can't be insulting to the guest. You can't drag the guest because the more Stahr stayed on, she felt comfortable. She started sharing. She started saying these type of things. So I did not want to do, and even then, I still do that now. When I interview the guests, I want to be respectful to the guests. Don't want to overtalk to them. Don't want to be drunk because I want them to give a story. Because in that particular subject, it was a very delicate, serious. I didn't know how serious it was because I was young. I didn't know. Now, as me getting older, and I had to deal with my own stuff as a blogger, and when people try to come with that and with that spirit, like, it's a very serious thing, and you have to deal with that like legal. Like, you gotta reach out and say, hey, like, you know, because with that type of allegation, it can destroy lives. It could literally wear you down mentally, especially if you're innocent. If you're innocent and you're hearing this, if you're guilty, you're guilty. You know, you need to be dragged if you're doing that because you're not supposed to be doing that. But if you're innocent and someone is lying on you and people are believing the lie, that can do some damage. Woo. And your business is online and they're online just spraying you, just lie. And then years later, once the damage is all done, your platform been destroyed, then they come out and say that ain't happened. It was all consensual. That's crazy.
Very mean. And they said you used to talk to Todd so bad and talk to him so bad that he would just cry himself to sleep night after night after night after you got through raping him, according to Taj and King.
Now, because I'm gonna set this up. They were saying on King and Taj's video, they were saying that we were underage and we were doing it. But in reality, they were all of age of consent, like 17, 18, or 19, and that's when they were doing it. And they were of consent. King and Taj, they came out and said, no, we were 14, we were 15. They were painting this picture. They were underage, little, teenagers getting it with the guy, and that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case. They literally lied, and there was everything when they were getting it on, doing the nasty. It was all consensual. It was all of age. It was no rape. They just painted that picture to the public. Hey, we were this age, and I'm disabled, and they were saying poop. They were very graphic. They said all of those things, and that's how the story got to my cousin. And he, in return, called me. He was living in Dallas. I was living in Chicago. He called me, said, hey, Wiley, it's the story going on. It's very, very messy. And I know you can take the story and tell it and interview the person. And he said, I'm like, who is it? He says, Stahr Milan. I'm like, I don't know who is a Stahr Milan. So I started to YouTube, and then I started to see Justin J start dragging. I was like, oh, man, I need to hop on this story. And I didn't have, I wasn't really big on, YouTube, doing YouTube like I'm doing now. It was all Blog Talk Radio. If I could take it all the way back, I would have restreamed that on my YouTube, built my YouTube channel, but I didn't do it. Way from turning 18, lived with him 4.5 years, ugly. Ezreal had a fake, So I'm just, spend a little bit more of this.
So
I'm not
a
mean girl. I'm not a mean girl. And honestly, like I said on my first video, which people kind of portrayed, people kind of twisted my first video, and that's why I deleted it. My first video was literally me just saying and just apologizing for the things that I think as an adult that I could have changed the situation. If anybody who knows me knows King, me and King act the same damn way. On his video, he's trying to act like he's this innocent little bitch. No, you the fuck not, bitch. You act just like me. I am not a mean person. And you said that people say, when stuff don't go my way, I say how I feel. No. Even if it go my way, I'm going to say how I feel. I'm always saying how I feel. And that's why people think I'm mean, because it doesn't matter if it's going my way or not. I'm honest, and I think people really hate that. Whether that's just the fact of if you can walk up to me and say, "Stahr, do you like my outfit?" If I don't like it, I'm gonna say this shit ugly. And people say, "Oh, Stahr, that's mean." Why is it mean when you just ask me, "Is your outfit cute?"
Well, they said this, that the mother, the child get it from his mother. I mean, you were King's mother. Do you think that's so true in that he picked up some of your ways, or was he like that before you met him?
I do.
Okay.
I do. Just like Todd, she's trying to be me now.
And
everybody
so
picks
what
up
I'm
something.
I'm not talking to him now. So people that's listening, I'm just like a replay from a 4-year-old interview. And what I messed up at, because when people criticize me, this is gonna be like a testimony situation, and me play the video. And they say, "Hey, Wiley, why are you not bigger like where you supposed to be? You should be much bigger." It's because when I was getting these exclusives, doing this stuff with the Trina Braxton, we're gonna restream that one day too. We're gonna do that tomorrow. I did not capitalize and build on my YouTube channel being consistent. I did not do it. And during that time, it wasn't lives. You couldn't do a live. You literally had to pre-record a video, then release it. And I didn't understand it. I didn't understand it before. Now, as me now doing it, I know the game. I know how to pre-record a video and put it out there, thumbnail, everything. I know the game. At that time, I didn't know anything about YouTube. I just did a video. Some of the video may get a couple of 160, 70. I was so excited. Now, when me and my cousin Tank and I used to do videos, and we used to get like 1,000 views, 1,200 views. But since I was in the church, I deleted those videos. I deleted it. I said, I'm going to delete. I really wish, because they quote unquote say nothing is really erased from the internet. I really wish I had them YouTube videos back, because it was like all of my work and my earlier work back to like 2010, 2011, 2012. All of that was like deleted because I didn't believe, because I was battling. I was going to church, to blogging, and then the church would say, "Hey, it's the devil to blog. You shouldn't be blogging. You need to get saved, get Holy Ghost. So delete your channel," and I would delete it. And then I will get unsaved. I will backslide, get back into the community, and I would do videos. And then I go back to church and I delete the videos again. Like I was going back and forth, church. I was like literally confusing myself because I didn't understand that. And then I started, once I've gotten older, and still to this day, I said, I have to make the decision. If it's right, let me live in it. If it's wrong, let me live in it. But at the end of the day, as a man, as a grown adult, you have to make that decision. I can advise you, but at the end of the day, God gave you a brain where he make you have free will. You come to the conclusion, how you want to direct your life, and stop allowing other people to direct my life. For a long time, I allowed so many people to direct my life. And I was confused, and I was trying to satisfy everybody instead of paying attention to me and actually me direct my own life. So that's why I'm not at 30,000, 40,000, 100,000, because during that time, I kept stopping everything I was doing. I would just delete it. I was counterproductive. And then I would stop blogging for a while. Then I would blog again. So you can't do that. If you want to grow and be successful in this business, you got to be consistent. Yes, you are seasoned now. You give others good tips. So as I tell people now that's just starting, baby, let me tell you, don't give up. Because with this Blog Talk Radio, I got hundreds of episodes. And it was no listeners. It'd be like 0, 0, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. And I stopped because I did not do the work and continue to be inconsistent. I stopped. But now that I'm being consistent since 2018 to today, baby, we're now at 11,000 subscribers today. So you have to be consistent. So let me continue to play this interview.
Okay. So people is really want to speak to you. This is hot. This is the hottest day because a lot of people are saying keep telling me, where were the parents? But I have a special guest.
You have to ask them that. You have to ask them that because their parents know me. Why haven't their parents called me and said, "Stahr, why have you been molesting my child?"
Mm-hmm. Make a call right now. A special guest would like to come on the show and do that. So let me just take your special fan, somebody that's really a big fan of yours, 813-476. Caller, you on the air? 813.
So I'm going to say that part, and Stahr said it. She said, I did all of this stuff to underage kids Why their parents not involved? So that was a very valid question. That went over my head because at that point, I didn't know everything. I'm not as seasoned. Now I'm a seasoned. That's a very good, valid question. Because if you're saying, hey, I'm 14, 15, this happened, I was disabled, he did it. The main question would be, where were your mama? Where's your daddy? So they kept talking about somebody mama, and somebody mama actually called into the show. And we will play that like another day. Probably tomorrow I will play that where you were here. I think that was King Mom called in. So let me play this piece.
476.
Hi, Wiley. I just want to let you know that I'm really not a big fan. I was just
You're not a big fan. Okay.
Oh, this is what I have to say about the situation. I feel like, Stahr was fucking him. He was butt fucking him in the car. Let's get that clear.
In the car? Ian actually never said that.
When he was 15, he was finger fucking him while his sister was driving. That is a fact. Fact number 2, Stahr. Oh shit!
Okay.
What did I do? Stahr was indeed a cocoa butter thing.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't that. And Stahr. Okay. I mean, they are seeking attention though. No lie, they are definitely seeking attention. But I feel like all their feelings are hurt. So they
I believe I remember who that caller is, and I believe that caller is still calling to the show. Whoever that caller, her voice sounds very familiar, but she was believing those allegations. Majority of the people doing that live interview 4 years ago, they were believing those men. They did not believe Stahr because Stahr had another backlash for his skincare products. He were getting dragged on social media. Like he was dealing with 2 scandals. They were saying that he was a scammer as bad skincare product seller. And those young men were having those strong allegations. So he was having like 2 scandals in one. At 25 years old, he was dealing with all of that at one time.
Trying to bash each other. No doubt. Hello?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. You said they're trying to bash each other.
No doubt.
But did you believe that it was rape? Caller, let's get to it.
No, it was not rape, though.
It was not rape. You think it was consensual?
Yeah, it was. He liked it. He put his tongue out on the text message.
Okay, yeah. So, this was the caller that actually did not believe. She believed that it was consensual because it was some text message. I don't know where them text messages are now, because it was some text message that he was taking it, So, but only thing y'all can judge is just this audio. All right, let me continue to play this.
She liked the shit. They wanted it, no lie.
Okay.
Do you believe that they were under the age of 16? Do you believe that he was 15 when he made the allegation of being finger fucked? Do you believe that happened?
Yeah, he was like, I live. You know how gay boys is. I believe. I'm sorry, Stahr. I do believe.
So stupid.
I'm sorry, but I believe that.
That's ignorant.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just kind of ignorant, but
okay.
So I'm happy you told your opinion. Everyone has their side.
I guess she did believe it, but they were like really confused because that story. A lot of women just didn't know what to believe. They didn't know because you said gay son, gay. They were all confused. I remember. I went to IT Tech. Both of these schools are shut down, right? But I was attending, I think, ITT Tech Institute. One of my instructors that was there, we were cool, and she listened to the show. She was like, Wiley, why is with the incest and all of that? She thought this was like real. So I said, no, I had to explain it to her, this situation. Because again, even like doing then, majority of listeners wasn't the gay community, it was women. The same thing today, particularly Black women are the backbone of the support of shows. And it's still that same way today.
I also feel like, you got to really calm your attitude down because you're doing a lot. The boys ain't going to take you to court because, like you said, they're not smart enough to do that. But the way you keep going on about
smart enough to go to court, you don't have to be smart enough.
But they're not going to do it.
You can actually just tell their story, and the lawyer.
They're not going to do it.
Why aren't they?
Because they don't. They want the same. That's what they want. They want the attention. No lie.
Boom.
Mm-hmm.
They want the same.
Okay. Well,
but that's what you was doing.
I just want to. Okay. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, caller, for calling and giving your opinions. But let me first say this. Let me first put this in the air. For statutory rape is very hard to prove if it happened when they was under the age of 16. Now years have passed. They have to have some proof. It won't be physical evidence and all that, because all that's dried up. And
look at me, I was like Googling shit and just read. I didn't know this. I was like Googling stuff and just read it, trying to pretend like I'm so smart. I'm not an expert in any of that. So I remember that I had my computer. I think I had a touchscreen computer at that time, and I'm just Googling stuff to pretend like I'm so smart. Because but not knowing that it was a lot of people listening to this episode. I didn't know it at the time until like after I was done.
In the talk, it would have to be
Definitely
some video, and it would have to be some text. It would have to be vital or eyewitnesses to account. Some like your best friend, if she would have seen something, and she can collaborate, and they can go to the police and all of that. It would have to be some proof that they were under the age of 16, and they said no, even if they didn't say no, and they said yes, daddy, give me the dick. That would still be consensual. So I'm gonna let me just bring this special guest on right quick, and then we're gonna because this person want to have something to say, and because the show is full right now, so if you stop calling, you will have to just listen at blogtalkradio.com/The Wiley Show. You'll be able to call in. So I'm bringing a special caller on the show that have his opinions.
And I had to dial the number because you're gonna see Jessica J calling in, and he couldn't call in on the regular show because the lines were busy. It was a lot of people. So let's plus play.
And caller, you're live on the Wiley Show. What's your thoughts on Stahr Milan rape allegations? Because right now she says she had consensual sex with those young boys, and
you
it was
cannot
not
have
rape.
consensual sex with someone who is under the age of 18. That's not possible. They're not old enough to even consent to sex. So how can you sit there and say you've had consensual sex with a minor and you're 19 years old? That makes absolutely no sense.
They said it was above the age of 16. In the state of Georgia, 16 and under. I just want to make that clear that she said it was over the age of 16.
Okay, well, ask him. Is he on the phone now?
Yeah, he's.
Yeah, I'm here.
So did you have sex with these boys while they were under the age of 16?
No, I said that at the beginning.
Yeah, the way you said it,
no,
child, I can hear the line in your voice.
Oh, girl,
So,
okay.
You believe that she's lying. Why do you believe that she's lying? What evidence? What made you come to that conclusion that she's lying? I just want to know that.
Shit.
Because I have the spirit of discernment, and I can see straight through that makeup, and I can see that your ass is lying. Just like the whole situation about the cocoa butter. Girl, just to be honest, you are a fraud. And bitch, you a crafty bitch. You a crafty bitch. To sit up here selling these folks peanut oil and motherfucking hope and dreams. So, to be honest, I don't trust anything. I've watched the video. There is no way in the hell that you can sell a certain prescription of bleaching skin cream you don't have a license. You don't have a distributor. All the shit you've been saying is a lie, girl. It does not make any sense. Now you gonna mail? How you gonna mail up some? Yeah, bitch. You can do all that croaking and shit, cause bitch, the way your credit set up, it's about to croak the fuck out. Cause you fucking.
No, well, first of all,
this is what Jessica J called in. This show, I remember that day. It was lit. Get into it.
It's not gonna croak anything. You just sit here and say I have a license, bitch. I can dig up your shit. And I'm a licensed.
I want you to piss.
So one, you have to shut up.
Girl. You a fraud. You are just a fraud. Just girl, y'all got me, bitch. Like it's Scooby Dooby Doo, bitch. We have caught your ass, girl. Just own up to your shit. You selling folks cream inside of a damn box with no bubble wrap. Like who the fuck does that? You don't got no type of label on your shit, girl. You a fraud. And at this point, I don't give a fuck if them boys are lying. I wouldn't care if they were lying.
You don't.
The way you did your business lets me know what type of person you are.
Okay.
But, I'm just going to play double advocate. Don't shoot me, people. If she said it was consensual and it was over the age of 16, she said it was threesomes going on.
She going to get what's coming to her. She going to get what's coming to her.
I just want to make it plain.
I'm so glad I don't have to sit up here and use insecurities on people to make money. There are other ways to make money off. You make good money.
And
you don't have to fucking make money off insecurities of folks.
Mm-hmm.
That's
and
really
you also
sad.
said in your video that you are against Stahr because she commits this fraud from a long time ago, that she always commits this fraud and that she wears makeup and
But
that you
see,
can't
it
trust
doesn't.
her.
If it walk like a duck, it's a damn duck. Ain't no way in here.
Okay.
All these people lying on him. It's just it makes no sense. You got
that's the boy who made the video?
Yes,
This is
Justin J1232,
this is
motherfucker. You goddamn right. That's who the fuck is on this damn phone.
Oh, okay. Hey, we both do you too.
Yeah,
I
don't need you fucking up my credit, bitch. We all good over here.
I'm not gonna fuck up your credit because I'm never gonna have anything to do with you, bitch. I never saw your video, and I never am.
I
don't give a fuck what you gotta say, Miss Thing.
Bitch, I don't need you to watch my video to do anything.
And I'm not. That's what I'm telling you, Miss
But Justin,
I'm not gonna watch your video.
I'm so tired of these hoes pooching around Atlanta and staying in the slums of fucking South Atlanta, but some here got $200-300 makeup on. That's the shit I don't understand. Bitch, how the fuck you been moving out?
I actually have on YSL lipstick right now. I have on YSL lipstick right now.
Girl, you have.
I have on YSL lipstick right now.
Hop on the mushroom, bitch, because you about to die. Them coins about to fall out your motherfucking pocket.
But you said, Justin, you said that how can she afford to take someone to court?
And this is when Justin J called into the Wiley Show. I will never forget that moment of that career, and this is why I have so much respect for Justin J, is because he have always put respect and been supportive of the Wiley Show, and I give him that. He never demeaned me. He always encouraged me to be consistent, and that is when he was hot, like everything. His brand is more established now, but man, yes.
When she can't even afford to put a TV on a TV stand, couldn't afford a TV stand. Why did you come to that? So you saying that she don't have a TV stand?
Because you can look at the videos. The TV has been on the floor for a while now. Now, girl,
actually, that's not even my TV. Thing. You can call Tom P. That TV is at her house, you dummy. When I kicked them out, I went and took that TV.
Said, dummy. I don't stay in South Atlanta, honey. I'm not no dummy.
I don't give a fuck where you stay from. I'm not from Atlanta, bitch. I'm from Miami. So I don't give a fuck where you stay. I'm letting you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Girl,
you gonna make you know what? I'm gonna end up taking your ass to court. I'm gonna end up taking your ass to court. I'm just that petty.
Girl, yes, God.
Okay. Well, let me put, since we, like the Bible said, if you have somebody accusing you, let me bring the victim that made all this possible, that brought this to life. He said he want to come on. Let me just bring him on now. So
okay.
Since he want to come on.
This is the last person. I have a dinner to go to.
Okay.
But you can bring this girl on. Can you drop that little Justin girl, whatever her name? Can you mute her because I can't.
Her name is so important, but she got to sit up here and call.
I can't hear anyone. Can you mute her?
No, bitch, you can mute your motherfucking life is what you can mute.
Okay, that's what I'll do.
Okay.
It's okay, cool. It's okay.
Okay. I'm gonna bring in thank you. So I'm gonna let you stay on, Justin, because it's something else that we're gonna ask you later in the program. But thank you so much for calling. Well, me calling you. Let's move on. He have called drop. Okay. Okay, caller, you still on? Okay, I guess he logged off. So I'm gonna play a song, and I'm gonna bring on King Milan. I'm going to bring him on. So people go ahead and tweet at Wiley Show that King Milan is coming on. Send the military. Thank you for your service. But what's your thoughts totally on this?
I just feel like I'm trying to see what's funny.
It's nothing funny. Exactly. I'm just, the funny part about this is that this is the thing. This is what's funny to me. Somebody's lying. Okay, she's saying that it's consensual sex, okay, and that threesomes and all this other stuff happened. And on the other end, it's saying you got other people saying it did not happen. We was under the age, and she said no, they was over the age of 16. They're just upset because they got kicked out of my house.
I feel like we at some high school or some shit. Like everybody's lying on him. Everybody's lying. The people putting up videos about this fraudulent ass products. They getting this coconut oil and peanut butter and shit. He putting in jars and shit. Like a bitch finna eat some Scooby snacks in a goddamn box. I mean, they lying. Lipstick Valley or whoever the hell they lying. Girl, everybody's lying. Just everybody. No, Everybody's lying on you, girl. You're not that important for nobody to be lying on your ass. Bitch, you not no damn celebrity. You ain't no damn celebrity for nobody to be lying like that. So which one is true, girl? You had to take which one of you got to pick a struggle. Either you need to come clean about this fraudulent ass makeup shit that you talking about that the judge gave you awarded you rights to somebody.
Have reached the voicemail box of 9545608.
It was like over. This second video, which when she saw it, like she had more of a detailed account of how she was going to respond with her argument. It was just like so scripted, and her friend, I mean, beat for the gods. So I can believe them. I can believe them. I can believe that they were raped and they were under the age. That was wrong on her part. And I didn't want to say that with her on the phone because she called her. I was going to say it, but you came on, bitch.
And then I flipped and said, "Oh, I believe it." I was really confused because I was very confused. Because at one point they said it is, and then you're going to see it here. So you clearly hear me just battling with it. But as a host, if I can take it back, I should have never given an opinion of what I believe and didn't believe. Just let the story play because I was so confused. So it's like now if I ever do that interview over, I'm like, I don't know what to believe. This is a story and vetted or whatever. But I will say it was a very fair, well-balanced interview because Stahr came on and the other guys that accused him, they came more to it. You're just seeing Justin J come on. Yes, Stahr did hang up after Justin came on because Justin came on and roast and gagged and stuff like that. So she could stand the heat on that. And so of course I kept Justin on the show because he was the biggest person at that time on my platform. Like I had two people. I've always been like the guy with the smaller platform, but had like big people on it. I've always been that way. Even to this day, it's that way. Only difference is we're actually growing now. Let's continue.
Shut it down. But
I mean, I just don't like people lying. My thing is like you need to pick a struggle. Like there is no way that they're lying. People are lying about their fraudulent products. You see how he ain't had no choice to get off the phone because he can't handle the damn truth. He can't handle the damn truth. You got your cream and your makeup shit and like that. People are putting up videos and sitting here and saying they've ordered stuff and they've never received it. One of my followers who's been following me for 2 years did a YouTube video and saying that he ordered the stuff and he never did get it 3 weeks. And then this other girl said that she ordered it in the first week of December, and then it almost took Santa Claus to get her to get the shit delivered. It's just not making any sense. It's like everybody is lying. Like he's not that important for someone to be lying, bitch. This shit ain't even made it to TMZ. Like, girl, don't nobody give a damn about you enough to be lying. We just don't expose you for the fraud you are. And just come clean about your shit. Now, I'm not, and I think for everybody who's watching, who sit up here and saying, well, these boys, they sit up here and saying this type of stuff and why they feel like they need to protect them. They need to look up.
You have reached the voicemail box of 95.
He was walking home and he was talking to me. He was telling me about the gay club. I was just getting into the gay scene. And he was telling me about how, like, just basically guiding me. I'm thinking
an allegation that your mother, your former gay mother, raped you.
Yeah.
Came on you on the floor.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're live.
Okay. Yes, it's all true.
But damn about you enough to be lying. We just don't expose you for the fraud you are. And just come clean about your shit. Now, I'm not, and I think for everybody who's watching, who sit up here and saying, well, these boys, they sit up here and saying this type of stuff and why they feel like they need to protect them. They need to look up.
You have reached the voicemail box of 9545.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she done answered. Not to cut you off, Justin. If anybody around Milan, tell him to answer the phone. I'm going to call from a New York number.
Okay. And I just found out that day that you can call people from Blog Talk Radio. So I was calling King because no one else could call in. I had to literally call people live on the show because everybody was tuning in. It was, it was all online. It was listening on the phones and nobody could get in. So I had to call them. So that's why you hear me calling them.
Okay. From a 347 number. And tell, is he on? He's online right now. He's live right now. So you was able to connect. Ladies and gentlemen, I have one of the person that dropped the bombshell he dropped the Bill Clinton,
Drop the peanut oil.
getting his dick sucked in the Oval Office thing. He dropped a big bombshell, and you made an allegation that your mother, your former gay mother, raped you.
Yes.
King Milan, you have the floor.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're live.
Okay. Yes, it's all true. Like I said, me and Stahr, we met. We was friends. We was in the dance group. First of all, I want to start off by saying, before I even answer this question, he's a liar. Before I even answer this question, I want to say he's a liar because he's not going out to eat. He's going to Checkers or either what is called? He's walking down the street to Checkers or either he's going to what's the little restaurant because he ain't got no car, so he just stopped lying. If he had 8 minutes, he would have been out the phone with that bitch. But anyways, that's lie number one. Now let's keep it moving.
Not that this shade Stahr say he going to Checkers. Go ahead.
Yeah, we met
quickly and professionally.
We moved a while back. We met a while back while I was dancing. We both was in a dance group, and I will never forget. We went to go get the radio, and we was walking home, and he was talking to me. He was telling me about the gay club. I was just getting into the gay scene, and he was telling me about how like just basically guiding me. I'm thinking he guided me like, don't sleep with these boys, this and that, this and that. He was like, I'm gonna be your gay mother. I'm gonna lead you because I'm like I said, I was new to it. So we were friends. Like I looked up to him. I honestly idolized him. Like I looked up to him. And he at first, when we first were friends, he never tried me. And one day we went it was on Christmas Eve. Me and my sister Nafissa, Stahr and another person went to the club, Cloud9. And on our way back, me and him was in the back seat. He got his finger and he grabbed it and he was fingering me in my ass on everything. Like it's just crazy how he just lied with a straight face and when he remembers fingering me in my ass. So my sister's driving, she don't know what's going on. So we go back to the house. He tells me to stay at his house. Okay, I stay at his house and he continued to try like having sex with me. So we began, I'm not gonna lie, we began having sex. I was telling him, stop, Travis, I'm not really into like it didn't feel right. I was like, stop. And he was so aggressive with it, like be quiet, my mom's asleep. Come on. And he like forcing it. I'm like, stop, I don't want to do this anymore. Stop. So that just kept going on. It just kept going on. And then when Tosh came into the picture, Tosh got kicked out. I knew Tosh since I was in 8th grade. Me and Tosh never liked each other. And it's funny how we so close now because me and Tosh never liked each other. And Tosh came along in the picture because me and Tosh were going to the same school at the time, man. My friends, Tosh was associated with my friends. So I don't know how him and Stahr actually met really, but him and Stahr met, they was cool. And then I guess David got kicked out because David is fully Jamaican, so his parents don't allow people, I guess they don't like homosexuality, so they kicked him out, and Stahr took him in. And Stahr was touching him too. And the funny part about it is, me and David got so close because we both found out Stahr was touching both of us. It's funny how when you asked him, how, did he touch me while I was paralyzed? And he switched it up and said, how could he touch me when he was moving in February or whatever? And it's crazy because I got at the hospital around March, and I moved to Atlanta for 2 weeks. After I got the hospital, 2 months after I got the hospital, I moved to Atlanta for 2 weeks, and he touched me. And I said in the video, I was walking by then. So I was still paralyzed. I was still catheterizing myself. I couldn't pee on my own. I was still catheterizing myself every hour. I couldn't control nothing down there. And he still took advantage. We was on Vakaya's floor watching the movie, me, him, Vakaya, and David. I'm in the front of the bed, laying on the floor. Vakaya's in her bed. Stahr's down there by me, and David's on the side of Vakaya. And he pursued touching me, holding my neck, touching me. Mind you, David's in the room, so I'm really trying to make a scene. So I'm pushing him off me, and he grabbing me. So David got up, and David noticed it. And David, I talked to David about it, and David was basically like, it's crazy how you going through the same thing because I'm going through the same thing. And like I said, I have the messages in my phone to prove everything. He said it was consensual. It was never consensual because we would fight Stahr off. But people say, how could y'all fight him off? Like how he said, I'm sorry, I'm very much shooken up because I'm very upset because he's a liar. And it's just crazy how he just lied so fucking much and switched his whole story up when I have to fucking repeat it.
Some real life Law and Order type shit.
Right, I have to receipt to everybody. It's crazy because, like, even with the skincare, he don't have to receipt to the skincare. He don't have to receipt for nothing. You asking who? You should have asked him.
Everybody is lying on him. Everybody is lying on him.
Right, everybody. And the crazy part about it, when NVDM was telling everybody that he was speaking with us, being that we was loyal to Stahr, we was sticking up for Stahr when we know who was fucking lying. Then they witnessed him touching us. He was fucking touching us. He was fucking touching us. And people say, why you don't tell your parents? How can we tell our parents when our parents don't even accept us? They wasn't even accept. I'm not gonna say my mom don't accept me for who I am, but it's always a problem. Like she always saying, you know, God made you this way, this and that, this and that, this and that. So that's the last thing I want to do is say, Mom up here sleeping with somebody for somewhere to say this and that, this and that, this and that. That's embarrassing. That is very embarrassing. I didn't even want to tell David, and the only way David found out was because David saw it for himself. So that's the only way David found out, and that's how we got closer, because we was like, what are we gonna do? Like, we gotta get out of this. We gotta get out of this. And what made us stop being friends was he realized we didn't need him no more. When David got a job, and David, when he kept trying to touch David. David was saying, no, I only don't touch me no more. He felt like.
Which one is David?
Taj is David.
Okay, that's
Taj is David. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And see, the thing is, when we all moved up here, we all planned for it. Like when I got sick because I got sick around the time we came up here. Me, Bakaya, and David, and Stahr came up here to look for our house because our plans were Stahr had built up in our head. We're gonna start the skincare line. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. The skincare line we were selling the real product. The product is called Fiona. That's the real product that we were selling that first. The business started to slump when people started to realize he was getting African soap from the store. And because I was walking with him when he was getting, so he stopped lying because he was all squad deep walking to the store with his ass getting the fucking fake shit that he was using. And Stahr, I asked his ass, I said, Stahr, can't you get in trouble for doing this? David would tell you, can't we get in trouble for doing this? Why are we doing this to people? That's why the business is not going the way they want to go. And he's saying we need to get a fucking job, bitch. You weren't saying that when the money was coming in, we were sitting off that fake shit, sitting off the orders, but when the order's not going through the right way, now y'all can get a fucking job. Fuck y'all, this and that, this and that. He's a fucking liar, and he's pathetic. And I hope he's on the fucking phone because Stahr, you are pathetic. And I will tell you,
sure, I know he's tweeting from their trash can ass apartment.
And the sad part about it, people just so bamboozled by him, like. It's crazy. Like people don't realize. People saying, "Why y'all speak now?" We speaking now because first of all, Stahr put it out on Instagram. The Milans are no longer friends. We have never said nothing. Nobody would have never known the Milans were not friends anymore if Stahr wouldn't have never posted Milans are no longer friends.
But this is the closest to family that you probably had. So there's not. You have family that it takes a lot to get to a pushing, a breaking point where you like, girl, I just can't take anymore. So that's what I'm saying. When people saying that, like that don't make any sense. Like why y'all you speaking out. It don't matter how long. That's how long it takes. You speaking out about it.
And on some real
and
shit,
with this,
I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. I was gonna let it go. Me and David was gonna let it go and on the rest of our lives that we had to sleep with this, did what we had to do just to get to this point. And being that he was saying we was in friends mode, okay, that's cool. Not everybody want to know. Our business already out there. We are a group. We are a brand. Our lives are out there. So people want to know why we're not friends. Okay, boom. Let's tell the truth. Why we not fucking friends? Because you're mad because you was touching us, and every door in that house is fucking broke. Because David, I have witness. I will not fucking lie. Who want to sit there and lie on somebody? I have witness. I was cooking in the fucking kitchen. Mind you, me and David just came back from smoking. Yes, we smoked every motherfucking day. We came back from smoking, and I was cooking food. David was sitting in the kitchen with me while I was cooking food. So I came out of nowhere because that's his fucking house, and he stuck his butt from under David, his finger under David's butt while David was eating, and David got up and they started tussling. David started running from him. This is how they broke Vakaya's door. David trying to go on Vakaya's door and close the door, slam it, like trying to push the door closed and start pushing it so David can't close it. And that's how the fucking door closed. Because Stahr fucking trying to fuck David. The messages are all in my phone. Nobody has to fucking lie. I have shit on Stahr.
But the receipt shows. I mean, that's what I'm saying. The receipts show because when he did the original video and then you all responded, he wasn't expecting that. He wasn't expecting you all to respond like that. And it got the attention. It got a lot of attention. That's why he deleted the video. Because when you watch the first video, I watched it, and it seemed like he was trying to read off a script, and the bitch cannot read. She can't read a book, and she can't read the way anything else. That's what I'm saying.
But
So
a lot of people are saying
he deleted the YouTube video, and then he deleted a lot of shit off of Instagram. And, like, he just started covering up. He did basic covering up type of shit.
Right.
He did basic.
And
some
covering
people
up
are saying
type
that
of
it was.
The
I
sad
just
part
don't
about
want
it
to
is
cut.
he don't remember where the sad part about it is he don't remember where he came from because his mom still lived in the fucking ghetto right down the fucking street in a 1-bedroom bout studio, and so you need to remember where you came from. I don't walk around like I got it because I ain't no better than nobody. I don't judge nobody. Once he got this fame and these YouTube views, because he don't got no income. The gag is Stahr fans. He can't get a regular corporate job besides working at the mall because he has a felony behind his name and he was on probation for fighting and stealing. Bitch, to tell the truth, we was all in Walmart stealing, running out, bitch. Walmart, we was all doing it. So don't fucking try to put on front like you this perfect girl, but you not. It's okay to not be perfect. You don't have to be perfect.
And let me just say this.
The word while you walking in your talk, ain't it?
Okay, let me ask a couple of questions right quick because I want to put all this in a timeline right quick. Now, where is the time and date stamp on the text messages? Do we have those time and date stamps on the text messages? Because I need to,
in my phone.
Okay, we need to see these messages because this is a serious allegation we got against them.
Matter of fact, if y'all go on my Twitter,
Okay.
If y'all go on my Twitter earlier, I posted a picture of a screenshot from a 17-year-old boy, Todd's friend. I'm not gonna say the name. I'm not gonna put the boy into it. Todd's friend, who he was in the fucking shower with. The boy's 17 years old in fucking high school, and you speaking with him. Todd's friends would come.
Well, if it was consensual, it was not illegal. If he consent to do that at the age of 17, state of Georgia, unless they change the law. As of right now, in the state of Georgia, you have to be 16 under. If that 17-year-old consented to have sex with him, this is what the whole argument is. Number one, I'm trying to find out to make sure that you all was under the age of 16 and y'all cried rape, or if you was over and cried rape. Okay, and you was said that. Now, I don't know if it can be rape if you have consensual sex and then feel guilty because you had sex. That's not rape. If I have sex with somebody, then I feel guilty that I had sex. That's not rape. Okay.
No. If they're underage, if
you're underage, that's what I'm saying. If you're underage, but if you're over the age of 16 and you give consensual sex, that's not rape. And I just want to make sure that
let's stop. Fuck all this law shit. For him to try to make the picture perfect person he is, if you're having sex with someone that's over 18, these supposed to be your kids, that's fucked up from the beginning with. If you
and he said
your children as your kids, because my mother and father have not slid one goddamn thing up my boot hole. So fuck all that shit.
But you know what? That goes on in the gay community, Justin. Like, I'm not trying to sound bad, but in the gay community, that goes on, because let's be real. Let's just be real here. A lot of these parents, these gay parents that have these kids, they do sleep around with each other. I don't think nothing is wrong with that if that person is over the age of the legal age to do it. I don't see no problem with it because there's no bloodline.
Right. And what I'm putting in context is like if you have you taking people in, if you over the age, if you're consenting adults, there's nothing wrong with it. If you're consenting adults, right? The issue is if you are underage and you didn't give consent, even if you are of age, if you don't give consent, that is wrong. You have to be of age, a consenting adult, and you have to give that person permission. They cannot just take something from you. That is wrong. And that is something in the community, in the LGBT community, that don't get discussed right. They don't talk about that like it should. You talking about stuff like that. A lot of people be taking in these younger guys in their home, like 15 or 14 years old, and they be getting them hooked on drugs, be fucking them just to have a place to stay. So that is a big part of that goes on in the community a lot. And that's not really discussed, especially in some parts of the ballroom scene, some parts of the family gay scene. When they does all that stuff, you'll leave your house and you'll go and live with such, and he's your gay father or whatever. You have nowhere to go, then you sleep with your child. Like you sleep with your gay child. You're supposed to be like mentoring them. So, he ruined the rippers so as he started selling bleaching cream, and people would mock the fuck out of him, dragged him, religious, this did, bury him through the nail and coffin. Yeah, this definitely did. Yes, it did. Like that was like the nail. So let me play a little bit more of this.
If wait a minute, let me say this because there's no bloodline. That's just like saying there's no bloodline. This is like me saying that my friend, and if he's over the age, a legal age, then it's okay. It's okay. But I'm not. When we say rape, let's be real. When we say rape, you have to have evidence and proof. Right now, what I hear is a bunch of he say, she say. I don't see no videos. And the text messages, it still got to be.
I put my messages up so much.
I know it have to match. It have to match that you were underage, that it was rape.
You know what? You absolutely right.
This ain't how to get away with murder, though. We just talking about we're not in the court of law. None of our.
I'm just saying, but if we're trying to attack someone's character, that at least have the dignity. I'm not trying to take up for Stahr, but let's just at least have the dignity of evidence and proof. Because if that's the case, if we're going to start this for anybody out there, everybody going to be saying, "I got raped. I was raped. I was raped." That's
But hold
where's
on,
the proof?
They was raped. In the video, hold on.
But
this was killing me though. People saying I said I was raped. I never said I was raped, because if I was raped, honey, it would have been something different. I believe I was taken advantage of. I feel like I feel like it's my fault. I let him get so much power over me because he felt like he would make comments. This is my house. I can get the fuck out of this and that, this and that, this and that. Knowing that he all we had at the fucking time. He all we had at the time. Like I said, he lied to y'all. It's been times where I would be in the fucking shower and Red would be in the bedroom. Red don't know what the fuck is going on. And he would come in, he would use his nail and open the fucking bathroom door, because you can't fucking lock no doors in there. And he would open the door and he would be like, shh. And I'm like, no, I don't feel like. And he would fucking you would hear us tussling in the shower. I swear to you, David would already know what's going on. And you know how embarrassing it was? All the fucking bitches in the fucking house, we trying to hide this shit. Kimani, all them bitches, those places, everybody in the house. I'm trying to hide it because that's embarrassing for them to know. Okay, people already saying we fucking, and I'm trying not to. I'm basically hiding it, you know what I'm saying? But it's embarrassing. People hear us in that cussing and they know, David know what's going on. I'm in the fighting, telling Stahr to stop. Like, I ain't in the mood. I could be in a fucking toilet, just wiping my ass, and he's still trying to do shit. I don't got nothing to fucking lie about it. That's how he is. He's a fucking liar. Y'all see on this internet and stuff, this bitch, this shit he talk on the phone and shit like that, he don't do it in person. And I'm not trying to bring him down or bash him, but
no, it's no problem. I get you. I'm with you. I was just making sure for
that bad bitch shit. He's insecure with himself every day. That's a fucking shame. I told my mom, let me tell you something. It shouldn't have been no fucking him and Vakaya. If we in the house together, it should be one. If we in that fucking little 3-bedroom house and it's about 10 of us in that bitch, if we got a problem with each other, it's only 3 bedrooms in that bitch. We should have all been able to talk about it. We should have to find out on Instagram. You beefing with us. You sub. You post the subliminal shit on Instagram about us. But you say you so real, you so this and that. But you never yet confronted me and said, hey, Ian, this and that, this and that. We have to find out on Instagram. You beefing with us. Like you ain't real. You lie to Instagram. You lie about the skincare. You lie about everything.
Now let's talk about.
You lied about that.
Let's talk about with him. Okay, a lot of people. I did not know, and shoot me if I'm wrong. I just watched a lot of Stahr videos. I did not know he was dark skinned like me, and that he bleached his skin. I did not know that.
His makeup. That's all makeup.
Oh wow.
His face is his face. His face is the only thing that's bright. All that shit around his neck.
How can you look like Whoopi Goldberg on Tuesday night and Wednesday morning you look like Kate Williams? How can that be?
Let me tell you the sad.
So it wow. That was Jade that said that.
Part about it. Let me tell y'all what Stahr doing. Let me tell you what y'all probably need to catch on to. If y'all know Stahr Instagram, he only takes pictures in his house because when he get dark, he don't go out the house. He stays in the fucking house. He will not go no fucking where. And see, if we go somewhere, he'll cover his fucking jacket because he don't want to be seen. But he this bad bitch. He don't want to be seen without makeup or without being bleached or whatever. He bleached every fucking 4 months because he get dark over again. He get dark over again. He get dark over again. Not noticing he messed up again. I mean, he would buy the real bleach for himself and advertise it and send off. Go to the store, and it's so crazy because if I go to these people's store at the where we used to live at by Shamrock and ask them, do they remember how many times Stahr spent $80 every time he went up on buying soaps for fake soaps for people. selling it to people, they would tell y'all, I would tell them to print the receipts. They would fucking print the receipts. I was with him. David was with him. Because we were so loyal to his ass. We was, you know what I'm saying? Like, we were just riding with him. I'm going to be honest about it. We was riding with him. That's the fucking truth. But like I said, I always acknowledge it was wrong. And I knew me and Stahr wasn't going to be friends because I said, he's not even humble enough. How could you say God going to move you here? You bashing everybody. You on Instagram saying, you on Instagram giving advice to everybody. You on Instagram giving advice, but people don't know you cussing outside saying, it's like, your mama love you. I take care of you, bitch. Fuck you, this, that, this, and that. You can get the fuck out. Like, you can sleep on the grass type shit. He know what he used to do. And if I could record it, I wish I would have recorded it. I swear, I
have a question, and this one question you said in your video that you did drugs, and that's why your mom sent you to stay with Mother Milan. Now, my question is, were you under the influence of drugs? And if so, can you name those drugs that you were addicted to?
I am not naming those drugs because those drugs are not everyone's business. I'm sorry, I will not say that.
Okay. When you were having sex, can you say this? When you were having sex, were you on drugs at the time or high at the time when you had sex with Mother Milan? And was she high?
Okay. So I'm still gonna ask messy questions. So when people say, "Hey, Wiley," reason I'm moving like this because this seat got my ass hurting. I need to get my other gray seat. I've always been messy. Like that have never changed. And I got a whole lot of episodes that I can literally review and break down on my blog talk. So I've always been messy. No lies. So, okay, I don't even like makeup, but his natural makeup looks has yet to be challenged in my opinion. Yeah. So let's continue to hear this interview.
No, with Stahr?
Yeah, with Stahr. Do Stahr drink and get high?
No.
Because
being that was his house, and he ran shit in that house up here. When I was in the room, he would come in whenever he wanted it. Basically, that's how he felt he can get it whenever he fucking wanted it. Bitches would be in the house. So
you was not drugged, or it was no alcohol.
No.
And you felt as though that you could not fight him off because if you fight him out, he would kick you out. So you just gave in.
You know why I felt like that? Let me tell y'all something. This is why I felt like that because I wasn't bringing nothing to the table at the time. I needed him. I wasn't bringing nothing to the table because when the skincare, like he was making his money from the skincare thing, he was only breaking everybody out $200 every. Bitch, not even every fucking week. We was getting $200 out of that whole shit. He was getting his money. You notice that's why he said he this and that because he was keeping all the money. But bound you to PayPal in everybody else's name. He got everybody else in debt, but he sold coin. If you sold coin, why would you get cable in my name if you know I ain't got no fucking job? And I got cable the first week I moved up there in my fucking name. But you sold coin. Why would you get cable in my name if you know I don't fucking work and I just moved up there? Because you told me you was gonna pay it. But when the money, when it come around, you ain't never got the coin. You never got the coin. If you got the coin, my sister wouldn't be in debt. T-Money wouldn't be in debt. David wouldn't be in debt. K-Sean wouldn't be in debt. I wouldn't be in debt. We all in debt because you in debt $10,000 from Chase. Let's be real. So you can't get shit in your name. You don't never get shit in your name. Everything is always a fraud name. You never get shit in your name. So people need to realize that. And the sad part about it is when K-Sean slept with his man, he exposed K-Sean. Or when something bad happened, he exposed that. But when it happened to him, he wanted World War III. Now he see how I feel. Let's be fucking honest. I ain't exposed him to bash him. I exposed him to tell the fucking truth. How you really is. How you fucking really is. And it's sad because everybody, all our friends, they come around and say they pick up a bad spirit for him. He's evil. And I'm not going to say he's evil. People say, how could you say he's a good person and he did these things to you? Because he has done great things for me. I wouldn't have nowhere to say. I'm not going to lie, I wouldn't have had nowhere to say if it was not for Stahr because I was on drugs and I came home high one day and I got into it with my stepdad really bad. And my mom was like, you know what? You need to get away from here because you're on drugs. I was like, she was like, go to Stahr. I'm gonna call the Stahr. You can go to Stahr. She texted Stahr. She told Stahr he's on drugs and that. Mind you, the only reason she went to him because my plans was already before I was in the hospital to move up there. We went to look for a house. So she was like, just go back up there with him. So yeah. I moved up there and like I said, he got stuff in our name and he wasn't able to pay nothing off. Like nothing. You are in debt for everything. And who the fuck is Bella Tierra? He made a video saying, I sued Bella Tierra, this and that, this and that. I went to court. He is lying to you guys. You know how you live with a person so you know them and you know how you just like what they do. I saw him prepare for the video and then lie to him like he lied. He lied.
Okay. So I understand that.
Yeah, he's not telling. He's not getting the. Well, he's not trying to get the truth out of this story. He's trying to make people bash us. He's trying to lie. He's lying inside fucking escort. Let me tell you something. After I got to the hospital, I have been safe and I have been doing stuff safe. After I got tested for everything and everything came back negative, there was a waking up from God telling me I need to come down. Before then, I was out. Like I was an escort. And I swear I have never escorted, never been on Backpage, none of that. So that was.
So you denied the allegation that he said alleged.
Oh my God, I have never escorted. Let me tell you something, baby.
Okay.
If I was on escort, I would have been the baddest escort out there, honey. And I would have been in my G-Wagon by then at least. You know what I'm saying? So, no shade, but yeah.
Okay.
So,
well, I have with this, and this is the thing with the whole situation. Pretty much you said it was rape, and it was rape because he forced himself on you, whether you was under the age or over the age, it was rape. My thing is this, and let me say this. I just want to say this. I feel for the LGBT youth that don't have a place to stay when you have to stay with sex predators. In the city of Chicago, we had an incident where someone was staying with this guy. He was sleeping around and kept messing with him. He gave him something allegedly, I'm gonna say, because I know they're listening, and he committed suicide. He jumped in the water, and that was it. It was like in Lake Michigan, and that was it for that. And he passed because his family didn't want him. He was staying with somebody, and he happened to date this person. This person was using him and doing all crazy shit, and now he's gone. With this situation, it's so sad because it's sad from the beginning. Since you were 15 years old, you at the age. How old are you now?
I'm 20.
You're 20 years old. About 5 years, it's been all this stuff been going on. My thing with Stahr, if I were to talk to him, and I know people is listening, something happened to him to make him do all this stuff. Okay, obviously it got to be some issues with him, and I'm not trying to take up for him.
Nothing happened. I was up here trying to talk and say some stuff I shouldn't have said. Something happened to him. I don't care if something happened to you. Let me say this now. I hear what you're saying, Wiley, but as a mature version of myself, you can go through the most traumatic thing that does not give you the right or the excuse to take advantage of someone else. So even I see what I tried to say, but let me say this today. Even if you go through the most traumatic experience, that does not give you the excuse to assault somebody, take advantage of somebody. If they don't want it, they don't want it. No means no.
But something happened with him to make him feel as though that he have to take it, because Stahr don't need to take sex. Nobody needs to take sex from nobody. So that's not the issue. It's an issue of when he have to take shit. If I were to talk to him, I would be like, why do you do it? And he's dark skinned. I can see why do he wear makeup, because when he take the makeup off, he looked like Seeley off The Color Purple, when the old Seeley, you remember Whoopi Goldberg when she played The Color Purple. That's how she looked. And then when she put on makeup, she turns to this beautiful character. So I don't know what she's dealing with. She's dealing with some serious deep down issues.
Not trying to cut you off, but it would be times where we would tell him our friends coming over, our friend guys coming over, or he would go in the room and beat that face down. Beat that face down. And it would be small things like that I would feel like I couldn't really stand up because I was like, this is house. So I bit my tongue a lot. Let me tell you something, I swear on my life, when I came back to Atlanta and I got to live this far, I feel like I was selling myself to the devil. I was not happy. It would be times when my mom would call me on FaceTime and she would be like, you just not happy. And I'm lying to her face like, oh, everything is good, because I don't want, you know what I'm saying? Just lying to her. And she's like, something's not right. I'm a praying mother and I found out everything. And I was not happy. Every day in that fucking house, it was some bullshit going on. It was just mess. He is so funny because, like, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm going to tell y'all a story. David, when I first moved back, David and his friend came to come get me. I didn't know David. That was David's friend. They had something going on. David never told me, hey, this is my friend. We got something going on. David just like, me and my friend come to get you. So I'm looking at everybody language. They're not talking nothing like that. It's nothing sexual. So me and the boy end up hanging out and we end up chilling. Don't get me wrong, we end up making out or whatever. Okay. Stahr got mad at Kayshawn for sleeping with, or allegedly sleeping with James. I don't know if it's true or not. He got mad for Kayshawn sleeping with James. But the boy sent me a message, and I have it in my phone, of Stahr sucking David. I found out that the boy and David would tell y'all himself. I found out that him and David would actually have to go on after me and him made out stuff. So me and the boy got into it or whatever. But Stahr basically sucked David's friend dick knowing that that's David's friend before I knew. And then the message in my phone starts saying Stahr's mother, but I never see my friend man on Instagram. She give all this advice on Instagram. In the message she's saying, don't tell him. Let me go to my fucking message because I don't want to say nothing wrong. But yeah, she sure did. She's saying, hold on real quick because I got my receipt always, honey.
Okay.
Always.
Well, while you get that, I'm just gonna play a quick minute song, and while you get that together, so we can get this together, let me play a.
Knew that was David's friend, so whoever else did something, that was that too. But Stahr knew that was David's friend, that was David's friend boy, and he still did something with him. The gag is when Stahr and Red was going together, the boy came back up here again, but he stayed with us while he came up here. Mind you, we thinking the boy coming up here for David to try to talk things out with David. Stahr asked the boy to come up here the whole time while he going out with Red. That's the gag. So the boy telling me, I came up there the whole time for Stahr because Stahr wanted me to come up there. But you in a relationship with Red. So I'm confused. We all confused. It's crazy how we find out all these lies. See all the shit coming to the light. And it's sad that it's sad that he think he can expose everybody else and bash everybody else because he got these fucking fans. Fuck the fame. I don't care about the fame. I'm just gonna speak the truth. I'm sorry, I just get so excited because
I understand, but right now, can you say right now? Did you tell you? And I just want to say this right now. What have you learned from this situation, going through the situation? And then I have other questions.
The whole time, my mom was telling me the whole time, Ian, be yourself. Don't go up there following his dreams. Be yourself. You are just as talented, if not more talented. No shade, but it's the truth. To be yourself, and I realized, like, honestly, I can admit everything I got myself into, everything with my parents stuff, I put myself into it. I was disrespectful. I was out there because I was friends with Stahr, so I was out there trying to get me in the clubs at 15. My gay mother get me in the clubs at 15. I'm living this life with him. You know what I'm saying? She's living this life with him. So I feel like, okay, I'm living this life with him. I'm good. Like, I don't need my parents to that. So I got myself into that. But I learned, like, moms are always right because my mom was right about everything. She said, don't go out there following nobody's dreams. It's all a lie. Yeah, and don't let nobody take advantage of me. I will never let nobody take advantage of me again. This is honestly made me stronger because, like,
right now, the biggest question everybody is asking, like, Wiley, they said, ask him, why not go to the police now? Since you're out of his house, you no longer need him for food and water and shelter. Why not go to the police now?
Hold on.
And bring the police and the lawyers involved.
Let me tell you something. Only thing Stahr was providing was shelter. He was not providing food or anything. Okay. Let me tell y'all the real thing. We was all hungry in that bitch. Everybody. Since he's so paid, he was not providing. He was all hungry in that bitch. David had to make sacrifices at his young age that he didn't want to make to pay the rent. You know what I'm saying? To help towards pay the rent. See, it starts so corny. Why he won't tell David and he bashed David so much, but he just was in David's inbox asking David to pay his phone bill for him. Since he's so coined. But let me tell you that, but that's the real tea. But let me tell you, we always in that bitch starving. So he never provided food. Only thing he provided was shelter and hell. That's all. Because nobody don't know what the hell we had to go through every fucking day. And that's why we were looking for jobs every fucking day to get out of it. And it's crazy how, like I said, being David didn't get in trouble. We didn't get them in trouble for smoking. Before I moved up there, it was already problems. They was on their last strike. And when I peed on the tree, there was strike 3. So before I moved up there, it was prior problems prior to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was problems already happening, occurring before I even moved up there. So for him trying to blame it on me and make it seem like when I came up here, this and that, hell no, you are lying. You are lying. You got in trouble because you be having too much people over your house. It ain't my fault, no shade. It ain't my fault that you be having letting everybody stay there. It couldn't be more than 3 people staying there. And the plans was for me, him, and only Bakai to stay there. I understand David had nowhere to go. So, okay, David can move. Of course, I would have shared my room with David. That's my nigga. I would share my room with him. I don't give a fuck. What's mine is his. What's his is mine. So that was cool. And then other people started coming. And that's fine. That's his house. They started coming. But that's not our fault because you had the choice. Since that's your motherfucking house, you could have said, get out. You know what I'm saying? That's when the problem started coming because they started seeing everybody coming in the house. Everybody coming in the house. That's when the problem started coming. He's lying to y'all. And then if he and it's so sad because we got arrested that day. Y'all notice how he said he ain't kicked us out. He didn't know what was going on, but he just told you on the phone, I kicked the motherfuckers out my house. Bitch, you knew what you was doing when we got arrested. You was going back to the people, to the security, saying you don't know who he is. We walking up to the house because they wondering why. You telling them you don't know who he is. Then you tell us to hide from them when we see them. So every time or going to some eat or going somewhere, we got to go duck and dive from them because start making it seem like they look for y'all, they don't want y'all here. So y'all try to stop them, and then telling the people you don't know who they is, you don't know they can come back. So then I was, mind you, thank God I got a job now. The security man just bust in the door. Start him and Rakaya's gone. Mind you, I'm in my robe, butt naked in my robe. Y'all come out. So we like, oh shit, what the hell going on? Because I know they already don't like us. Mind you, the only reason I pee on the tree is I can't hold my pee. That's the only problem I'm dealing with now. When I hold my pee, it hurts. Or sometimes it just start coming out of the edge. I just go numb to the point where I can't feel it. That's the issue I'm still dealing with as of now. So as I was walking back to the house, I couldn't hold it no more. I was just gonna pee on myself. So that's why I hurried up and ran to a tree instead. So the man caught me. So they came outside and it was like, you guys are going to jail. You guys are trespassing. I'm like, what are you talking about? We live where I have a fucking key to this house that Stahr gave me while I was in the hospital bed. That my mom and everybody else witnessed and gets me, and the box had a box. Why am I going to jail? If my name, if I live here, all our stuff like that, I have mail that come here. The owner of these houses, Rakaya, big ass, and Stahr ass, said that they didn't want us staying here. So they crying, making it seem like they don't know what's going on. And the gag is, if Stahr didn't know what was going on, why when the police called you out here, you went in the house because those sisters saw you. You turned on the shower water and said, tell me I'm in the shower. Tell me in the shower. It took Stahr 10 minutes to come downstairs because he was scared. Mind you, he don't know we already told the police. And let me tell you something. We told the police everything at that time, to be honest with y'all. We told the police how he was touching us and everything. So when the police called him down there and asked him what was going on, he lied to the police. The police saying, do you know who these people are? No. They just friends. They just, like, he lied to the police and the police don't know we put him on game about everything. We put him on game about everything. And he don't know that he just lied to the police. So for you to sit there and say you don't know what's going on, but you kicked us out, y'all add that up. He lied. He don't know what he was talking about. He talk shit and can't back it up and just lie. Just fucking lie.
Wow, so you did go to the police and reported that you all were
when the
raped.
Police came, when the security man arrested us, he called the police to come get us, like take us to jail. And the police, it was a black man. He wanted to know what was going on. We were telling him, he was like, "Sir, we don't know what's going on." Me and David was so mad. That's my first time seeing, because David usually is the quiet one. He let Stahr talk shit to him. David just walk away when Stahr talk shit to him. So I would tell him, I'll break your neck and shit like that. And David don't never say nothing. David just walk away. And that's why me and Stahr felt like the Stahr expected me to watch him talk to David like that. And me and Stahr was really close, and me and David wasn't that close. So me and David got closer because I would tell David also, stop letting him talk to you like that. Don't let him talk to you like that. And then you really got one mama. You don't have to go don't let him talk to you like that. You know what I'm saying? So Stahr would realize, and like I said, I have been text messages. I would text Stahr and I was saying he talked to David so wrong when David is the one that you really did. To be honest with y'all would be so shocked. David is the smartest out of, when it comes to business wise and stuff. David ran everything. David ran the emails when people would order their stuff. He ran the emails. Stahr didn't do nothing. The only thing Stahr did was went to go buy the shit and take shit. That's mail shit off. David ran everything. David was the heart. He came to David when Stahr got to make up an appointment. David said, "Hey, you got to make an appointment at this time." He ran everything, and he did David wrong. Like he did David wrong. So I would tell him, you doing David so fucking wrong. That's not right. Y'all always say I'm doing David wrong. Fuck y'all. Just say this my house. And I'm like, that's how he is. Like he put himself on his pedestal, like he this girl, and he don't have nothing to show for it besides a house. And that's understandable. A house is good. But bitch, for you to act like you this motherfucking girl, and you know we all be in that bitch struggling together. Why do that? Like you are a Kiki. We don't act like we got it on our Instagram. He post shit that's not even his. Chanel shit that's not even fucking his. Half of that shit not even fucking
So
his.
the nail polish and all of that is not his too?
All that shit is, let me tell you something. On that nail polish shit, I don't know where that come from. Bitch, I don't know where he got that from. I heard it's Urban Outfitters. That's what I heard somebody say it's from Urban Outfitters. I don't know where he got that from, but all he do is go on that fucking laptop and print his name on shit and post it on everything and say it's his. because he can't get a regular job. As I said before, he cannot get a regular job because he went to jail for stealing and for fighting or whatever. He can't get a regular job, so he only makes a check from YouTube. And let me tell you something. The gag is he get paid on the fucking 22nd of every month. He only be rich for 3 days, and after that, bitch, he back eating noodles just like us. So I don't know why he brag and carry like he got it like that, and he don't. He fucking don't. It's all an illusion.
Everybody is pretty much sending it. Everybody is sending their support. One tweet said, rape, if someone force you and you do not want to have sex, that is rape. And someone else tweeted,
we never wanted to have sex. We would always, me and David would tell him, David in a message, David even said, that's my mother. I shouldn't have to have sex with him. We never wanted to have sex with him. He's like, you think I want to top me with makeup on, bitch, and not be beat down myself? Are you fucking serious? I don't want him topping me. That was uncomfortable. But like I said, we had nothing to offer at that time. So we was vulnerable, and I felt like that's all I had to offer at that time. That's the only reason. Yeah. That's why, and people don't realize why he was doing that. We was looking for jobs. We was looking for a way out. People knew it's sad, and if the gag is, people don't realize if multiple people saying that they witnessed him touch us, and he's speaking with his kids, that should be the banger. Yeah, we like.
I understand. So you were looking for a way out, and according to Stahr, and like Stahr said, he pretty much, at least he agreed, and that's one thing that I think he shouldn't have agreed to do that. If you gonna lie, I just lie all the way and say I ain't had no sex. And once he opened his mouth and said some sex was going on, right then and there, it opened the door that, okay, now the question is, we hitting on somewhere, we in it, and so now it's just sad. So were there threesomes going on where he had both of you all at the same time? Because he agreed that
my birthday. Let me tell you. Okay, my best friend came up here. Okay, when I got to the hospital, I was doing better. I moved up there for 2 weeks, and I came back home. I couldn't take it. My best friend, prior to me moving, before I moved back up there, my best friend would visit up there, and then my best friend lives for Stahr. He was like, I can't wait to meet him. Oh my God, this and that. Okay, we all in the car room playing the game. Stahr gave me a signal, and he told me to come here. And I told my best friend, I said, come with me, please come with me, just come. And he was like, what's going on? I said, just come with me. Came in the room, closed our door. My best friend will tell you he witnessed every fucking thing. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I asked my best friend to join me because I was like, I don't want to do this, or just join me. My best friend joined me or whatever. And he was like, after we got done, we went back home. A week later, he called me. He was like, you put me in the most uncomfortable position ever. Why didn't you tell me this was going on? He was like, that made me feel so uncomfortable. He was like, I'm your best friend, so of course I'm gonna ride out for you. But that made me feel so uncomfortable. And he was mad. That's my first time hearing my best friend so mad at me. He was like, that made me feel so uncomfortable. He was like, I look at Stahr different now. He was like, I looked up to him this and that. I look at him different. And he was like, why you lying? Like, why you just never tell me this? I said, how can I tell y'all this? Who wants to go around telling people who is embarrassing? It is fucking embarrassing. I deal with that shit. I think about it. I mean, it's embarrassing. I feel disgusted with myself, like looking in the mirror after it happened. I felt disgusted.
I feel like once you said out your mouth that you started to, started to use it on yourself and all of that. And
so this is a very in-depth interview that I did. And this was like part one of it. And of course, it was another video, another live that I did or interview I did with them. And we're going to play that later on, like probably today. But I want to get this in. We got about 21 minutes left, and then I'll give my final thoughts. There we go.
Feces started to come out. Once you started saying that, I can see that you was true, because ain't nobody really going to embarrass themselves like that and say all of that. And once you said that, my eyes opened up. And then it's the second thing I want you to respond when he said that I wish I would have pulled the plug on him when he was in hospital. I'm like, whoa, That's when I knew that Stahr was an evil person. People are saying this, and I just want to correct this while I got people on air. They said, well, Wiley, why did you put him on the Stahr? I said, if I went to Stahr and said, hey, yeah, you rapist, he would have never came on the show.
And that whole little sentence he said, I would put the plug in to show his whole character, like who he really is.
Yes, and I knew then. Once he said that, I knew then. I said, this person's evil. So I want to come on this show and let it be known. But I'm gonna make sure that I play this game. That I'm a friend to get him on the show. And once he got, go ahead.
Go simplicity. Hold on. This is it's on air. What did you witness on my birthday? What did you witness on my birthday? Hold on, y'all, because this is no simplicity. He witnessed.
We have a witness.
This is how simplicity found out. Because I didn't want to tell the simplicity, but he saw me walking back and forth to the bathroom with the towel on.
Bro, what am I saying?
You know what happened. Just tell what you saw. What happened?
Say what happened. Did you see them? Let's see what happened.
Okay, only thing that I can honestly say that all I saw was Ian going back and forth out of the bathroom, like with the towel and like half naked, and then going back in Stahr's room. I don't know. I didn't see anything else. I happened to be in Taj's phone and ran across the text messages that King had put on social media. So that
and what did
confirmed,
those? Okay. Mm-hmm. When you was there, did you hear anything? Did you hear anything? You didn't hear anything. You didn't hear any fighting. You didn't say, "Oh my gosh, no, I don't want to do this, girl. I don't want to try this." No. Did you hear any of that?
Oh, I heard it, but
What did you hear when you heard that? What exactly did you hear? Just because people want to hear. What exactly did you hear? If you want to share.
All I heard, to be honest, it was really just David saying, "Oh, stop," or get off of me. But at that point in time, it wasn't in my mind. It wasn't. Oh well. Stahr's trying to do that. Stahr's trying to do this.
Right.
Like, those thoughts weren't popping up in my head. Like, because, at one point, this was a person I was saying with. This was a person that was my friend. And it is not in a sense to bash Stahr, because at the end of the day, whether me and him are not friends, I still have love for that person. So that's why Dope Simplicity has kept his comments and stayed out of this entire drama. Simply because it has nothing to do with Dope Simplicity. It has something to do with Stahr, David, and Ian. But when I heard those comments, the first thing that wasn't going to pop up in my head was, oh, well, Stahr's doing this, Stahr's doing that. But once I sat down, read those text messages and saw what I saw with Ian running back and forth on his birthday, it kind of like, okay, bitch, put two and two together. Like, But I mean, that's all I'm going to say, because I told myself I'm going to stay out of this.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get this phone back to King.
Okay. Well, we have a witness that he did hear. He did hear all that.
For a shirt.
Okay. And Taj, I believe it was Taj, he said he had to sleep with Stahr to get a shirt for Pride.
No, not for a shirt, for Pride, to do his face.
To do his face for Pride. I guess to go out.
David said this is his first Pride ever. David said this is when they first moved up here. David did not do his makeup. Stahr was doing his makeup since Fort Lauderdale days. And David said, "Can you do my makeup?" And Stahr said, I hold on, David sleep. He's sleep. Fuck. I don't really want to say too much, but I don't really know it. I don't want to say how David explained it. But David, I remember David told me this story, and this when we first started opening up to each other, and he was just crying to me. He was like, I don't know who I have. Like, he was like, I'm all I got. And I was like, no, we got each other. Like, this brought us so much closer. And David is the type of person where he brushed off stuff. He never, everybody in the house knows David's so soft spoken. He don't. When he pop off, but it takes a lot for him to go there. Because let's be honest, David has made the most sacrifices out of anybody in that group. He put himself at risk out of anybody in that group the most. Like, David is so loyal to his friends. Like, when he your friend, he your fucking friend. If a bitch came in the house and said something bad about Stahr and David was talking to them, David stopped talking to them because he said, you're not going to disrespect Stahr. That's how loyal. Mind you, while Stahr still treating him wrong, dragging his name in the fucking dirt, David still being loyal. See, me, I'm petty. I'm going to be petty back with you. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to be petty with you. I'm not going to keep, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not going to talk to me like that. And David would let him talk to him like that. And I would tell David, don't let him talk to you like that. But David was always breaking his back to make Stahr happy. Me and David would go on walks, and David would be like, I don't think he even loves you. Like I don't know what to do. He was like, he treats y'all so different. Favoritism, this and that, this and that. And don't get me wrong, Stahr wasn't really showing me favoritism. He just would treat David wrong, evil. Like,
and someone just tweeted. someone just tweeted. They said I waited a year to say something. I guess they talking about rape. No matter how long they did something, something was done. I guess she was saying that no matter how long it happened, it's best to speak up. And don't feel guilty just because you waited. And just the same with the Bill Cosby victims. Don't feel guilty.
Start with manipulate David. He'd be like, let me give you a massage. Come here, let me give you a massage. Let me give you a massage. David would already be like, no. David ended up falling into it because, I mean, like I said, we wasn't offering nothing at the time. David would get a massage, start, be lotion, sticking his fingers out his butt. David would be like, ugh.
Do you feel like in your heart or any doubt, do you feel like, man, somebody did this to Stahr when he was younger? Do you feel like he was molested as a child?
No.
You don't feel like he was molested or raped or anything? You just think that?
I know.
Okay.
I think he just took advantage because he felt like he had all the power, and he felt like he was the queen, as I would say, because he had so many Milans, he had so many fans of fame. The fame. Let me tell you something. Stahr a long time ago, even though he did that shit he would do, like back in the days, he was like more humble than who he is now. Now he is he the type of, he got the type of personality where he'll talk about a bitch and he'll need them. Take me here, take me there, but you need them, but you talking about them as soon as they leave out your house. You just and the gag was, I would hate when people say I want to be a Milan so bad, because I would be like, y'all really don't want to be a Milan. Y'all don't. I mean, y'all need to see the sign. Everybody just coming in.
They're looking at the makeup because y'all don't know.
Right, and I'm saying y'all. And I'm like, do y'all see the pattern? Everybody that's coming in here, they can't take the heat. They leaving. They don't need Stahr. They got their own house. They just now. We need him. So we sticking around through hell. And I'm so glad.
As of right now, do you feel like, not to cut you off because we got 2 more minutes, do you feel like he is a devil? Do you feel like he's an evil person right now?
Of course
you don't.
Not.
And why do you not feel that way?
I don't. Because at the end of the day, he's human. He just needs prayer. Somebody needs to pray for him. I'm gonna pray for him harder.
But that's understandable.
Because it's understandable. I'm not gonna try to do nothing to even hurt. I mean, and if he come our way, you already know it's never no tea. But I wish him the best, honestly. And if you want to take me to court, take me to court. Please take me to court. Just have all your.
Well, let's just stop saying take me to court. Ain't nobody going to no court to somebody the police charge or get arrested. Because it costs money.
He's going to court. If he's want to go to court, he's basically saying go to jail. That bitch ain't stupid. He's just doing all.
He's not gonna go. Nobody's gonna go. I don't think he's gonna.
I guarantee y'all, one of y'all things, a bitch don't see him in the street and talk shit. If a Kaya or Prince ain't next to him, he ain't gonna do shit. Only reason started to start like that because we had his back. We fought for him. That's the only reason y'all so big, macho. Bitch, let me tell you something. When he started with his house, I surely did go to his house, and I waited 20 minutes. I said, come get your one-on-one since you said not. I did. I said, come get your one-on-one. I called you because I put the Vakaya in your speaker. And Vakaya said, Vakaya, where I at? I said, I'm right on to that piece of it. Come across the street, come get your one-on-one. And nobody ain't gonna jump. Vakaya heard me because she's telling Stahr. Stahr's so fucking scary. He answered the phone and gave the phone to Vakaya. As soon as I answered the phone, I said, I want my one-on-one. He gave the phone to Vakaya. So Vakaya doing the talking. He didn't want his one-on-one. Okay, they hung up.
Well,
we made it 20 minutes. He never came. He waited till Mikey tweeted, we gone. Like, we left. They never came outside. Then, y'all come outside, bitch. You knew we was gone. If you thought we was going to turn around for you, bitch, I see you when I see you, since you going to spit on me at Pride. See, like I said, we was going to, me and David wasn't going to finish it. We was just going to let it go by, knowing all our lives this man has touched us. We wasn't friends no more. That's fine. But he put it out to the internet. The Milan ain't friends no more. So that's how all this shit started. If we ain't friends no more, let's tell the fucking truth why we ain't friends no more. Because shit started going down the drain. Because you got to this certain level of fame, and it's destroying him. He don't even know who he is. Bitch, he blue one minute, he red one minute, he white the next minute. He don't even know who he is.
My thing is this, okay. Let me give a quick announcement. We got 8 minutes left in the program, and we might extend for a little while. Let me ask you, please follow me at Wiley Show. Atlanta Gay Pride is coming up in September, Labor Day weekend. Please come out and attend. I will be there, and I will do a sit-down interview, and you can make me up, and we can do like a before and after and all of that. And follow me on Instagram, because I'm really going to give Instagram followers up, because I really want to work on the imaging, on my image, and I think you are a very good person for that. So when I get down, I'm really excited to see you. You all have talent. I just want to say this. I just want to say this publicly. Taj and King, both of you all, y'all have, and don't change your name to N and all that. Keep the name. That's y'all brand. Don't try to run away from that.
I'm not
Hey, that's y'all.
He didn't motherfucking name me. I named myself.
Okay. So keep the.
I have always been in the business of giving people advice. Like, that's just what I do. And he tried to change his name, and so I'm like, no, keep it King Milan. Like, if you keep it that way, you can go your. I don't know what his name is now because I am so out of the loop. I would love to like reach out to them today and bring them on, but I don't have any of that contact information.
Okay, yes, I can see you all. You all are the next big thing for YouTube.
Right.
If anybody out there that's a,
you underestimate that color as dumb because you man, I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you. And when I show you,
and that's a good thing.
So shade, I'm gonna laugh at.
I'm gonna get. And let me say,
cocoa butter.
Okay, and let me say this about. I just want to take this and say this. They are. I consider you all. I know the Scorpion Show. If anybody are fans of the Scorpion Show, these two guys have what it takes to be a duo of doing YouTube. You are the next big duo as doing. I really wish that you all can start. Hopefully that y'all start. And tweet me at Wiley Show if y'all agree if they start doing reviews on Atlanta Housewives, on Basketball Wives and all of that, and they just start doing that. And also, I can see you all doing, like you said, a reality TV show. Y'all have nothing but the sky. The sky is the limit for you all. Right. Despite what y'all been through, I just want to say this. This is y'all's story, and it's millions of young gay youth that are going through this. Not only gay community and straight community is going through this. And I just want to say thank you for sharing your story. And for letting the world know.
For a reason, it was meant for us not to be friends no more. I mean,
yes, it was meant for it. And one thing that you all learned from this, okay? One thing that y'all learned from this, yes, you all were raped, and there's nothing that you all can do to change that. And don't feel guilty. Y'all just have to move past it and move on. But one thing that I can say that y'all learned some good, successful thing, how to run a business, how to run a blog. Y'all learned so many successful things. And not so many people can say that after this whole situation, I got some good out of it. And the good was this, me blogging, me being successful, me be able to put my voice out to thousands of people and they listen to me, what you say. You know, that take a lot. That's a blessing when you can get on your Instagram and your Twitter and you have people following you. You can say something, they really believe you and believe in your words and you saying some positive stuff. You've been working out. You was paralyzed. Now you have a nice body. Your face is nice. You're dark skinned. You're not trying to be, bitch. You ain't trying to be one day dark and then you want to be motherfucking light skinned like the mother. Right. You don't want to be light skinned like these other girls. Like
people need to realize, no shade to Red. I'm not trying to bring you boy from this, but if you was in a serious relationship with an 18-year-old boy and you're 25 years old and you 18, like that just shows like you look for you. You never date somebody that's your age. Somebody always gotta be like you sugar daddy because you know you feel like you got the coin. That's not about all his money go. That's not about we was always never on time with bringing so because he was out here fucking these little other young niggas for money and paying ass off or whatever he was doing. I
heard that.
Always he go after the young boys all the time.
Okay. And thank you all and let me say this also about my YouTube. I have to get these links in here really, really quick. YouTube.com/Mr. Wiley Show. I'm doing YouTube and I do videos and stuff like that. And I'm making sure that I do videos about some good political and some one-on-one real stuff and also entertainment. Because this issue,
yes, and I had what was my YouTube? I think it was like Mr. Wiley Show was like the YouTube. Yeah, I remember that.
Let me be honest. Once I got through doing my video and blah, 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 you know, at first I was like, okay, start making sense. And then when I woke up the next day, I'm like, and I kept reading and I went back and saw your videos, both of y'all videos, you and Taj. I'm like, oh my gosh. I just started crying because I started to really listen to what you all were saying. And then his second video, once I saw the iPad and he said, I have everything they saying and I'm gonna show you is a lot. It's just like, he was going to make sure that this is the script and this is how I was going to attack it. And then having his friend just co-sign it. But I know, let me say this about his best friend. I'm going to say this publicly. You're going to live with that guilt because you know your best friend. You are just as guilty as Stahr is. You are just as guilty. She knows. And I can look at her eyes and I can tell that she knows.
Right.
I can look at her.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
A real best friend. That's how you know they both nasty and messy. And no shade, if you was a real friend, when he was selling that fake shit to bitches, you should have talked to him as a real friend and said, stop.
And said something.
you go get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? You should have said something as a real fucking friend. But I ain't gonna. The money was coming through. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But you should have.
And it's not about. And let me scratch that.
It's wrong.
It's not about. And this is the thing that was wrong too. But my more so at the rape. That was skip all the business stuff because that was his stuff, and he had y'all doing that. Y'all were children. The rape is the issue. Is the major issue.
You're right. Fuck the business stuff. But just everybody. I'm who on the phone. Ask him to give y'all receipts. Who is Bellatier? Ask him to give y'all his receipt. That's all I'm gonna ask y'all. Ask him who Bellatier is.
Give him the receipts.
If you got
yes.
Oh, and ask him. If you go on this video, if you gotta go on Google and type in Stahr Milan the fraud video. It's a video when he talking and he made asking like explaining about the Bellatier stuff, and the person just catching all his lies and stopping it. And y'all go.
I understand.
Y'all will see how they caught him. Like he
let me say this too to the people. It's very sad. Let me say this. People, stop. If you black, be black. Stop bleaching your skin.
Right.
Don't buy any more bleach products. That needs to stop. When you use bleach, ladies and gentlemen, you are damaging your skin. Stop it. For the female, over and over and over. For the females out there, stop it. Today, stop. No one's forcing you to buy that shit. You have insecurity issues. Go to a therapist because you should be motherfucking white as rice. And bitch, I'm looking at you the next day. You looking like Wesley Snipes. You darkening your skin. You tanning your skin to be dark. And for the girls that's out here that's so dark skinned, embrace your dark chocolate.
Okay, be happy.
You will not see me waking up in the morning looking like the girl off of Empire, looking like his wife. No. Stop that. Let's please stop that. Embrace your skin. It's nothing wrong wearing makeup, okay? There's nothing wrong wearing makeup. But I have an issue where you want to bleach your skin.
And let me say, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna show these bitches. I'm gonna stop wearing makeup. My New Year is for New Year's. My resolution stop. No, I'm going for
makeup. You look so fucking good with makeup and without. I don't have issue. The issue that we have is bleaching your skin.
So you hear that piece, and I should have continued to build my YouTube. Only regret after this Stahr Milan interview, I should have continued to build my YouTube channel. Being consistent, consistency is key. Consistency is key. This is 4 or 5 years ago. This was before any of these people that. This is even before I met him. My Wiggins had to be. I got to look at the date. I think this is before I met him. But yeah, this interview was one of my top interviews that I did in my career.
Weird. I want to.
Okay, where's the? Well, you do that, but I was just want to. Okay, I just want to let you know. Don't be upset about the. I love you with your makeup. I'm one of the people that's bleaching their skin. For the people that's out there, stop bleaching your skin because if you go to your doctor, and this is the thing, what Stahr Milan is doing is illegal. You cannot be selling people bleach products to bleach their skin. That is illegal. You cannot do it. Don't trust. You have no license, no laboratory.
Right. So, and let me tell
you don't need a cosmetology license. That if you have a cosmetology license, you think that's because you got a license like that or doing nails. You cannot sell chemicals.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
To Bellatier. How they should have won if they already had a license. If you have your license, how could you beat them if you don't have a license? You selling the products, but you suing them. You don't have a license. You are lying. Like you don't have a license and you suing you going to sue somebody and you won the case. Are you fucking serious? You sound stupid. You talk too much on these videos and different videos, and people come back and people watch all his videos and how he explains stuff. He put himself in holes because he lies so much. Like I said, he's been lying to us the whole time. And I think about it, we was never friends. Because if you wish you put a plug on me, that just shows, honey, we was never friends. I would never in a million years. I don't give a fuck what you want. Wish no shit like that on nobody.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank y'all so much for listening to the Wiley Show. I am live every Monday night at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Thank y'all so much for listening in. Please follow me at Wiley Show, WILEYSHOW. And make sure you follow me on Instagram, Forever Wiley, like Forever Brandy. I'm a huge Brandy fan. Thank you so much. We will continue this conversation. You're more than welcome to come on tomorrow night because there's so many. All the fans would like to speak to you and like tell you stuff. We don't have time now because we overtime. So tomorrow night, well, are you free tomorrow night to do that?
It's stressful. I said, please, I'm telling everybody on the phone, I'm talking about, because people be coming in and you paralyzed. He should have put the plug in you. Please don't do that. That is emotional, honestly. So
that's very
that
yes.
makes me emotional, very. So please don't. Out of respect.
So tomorrow, do you want to do a fans input where the fans can just call in and give their input on tomorrow night? Oh, you free to do that? Okay, so I'm gonna.
I love mine. I love mine.
Okay. So tomorrow night at 7 p.m., same time on Blog Talk Radio. All the fans that did not get a chance to call in, please call in tomorrow, and you all will be able to speak and give your input on this whole situation. Thank y'all so much. That will be at tomorrow at 7 p.m. And then Taj, if you want to come on, he's more than welcome to give his side of the story, and we can get this thing.
Come on tomorrow. He's gonna come on tomorrow.
And tomorrow, and we'll do.
I don't have a speech problem. I talk fast. I'm half Jamaican, and my accent is getting stronger as I get older. I don't have a speech problem, so all that shit he was talking is not fucking true. I talk so fast and I stutter sometimes. So yeah.
And also tomorrow, I will most definitely be able to get the artists that I was able to get on there. Please go on my website right now, people. WileyShow.com. I did a top 10 list for the LGBT top 10 artists. Top 10 artists.
I remember that when I had my website, I was so supportive for LGBT talent, and that because my show was just LGBT content. I think 80-90% of it before I started to become a full-time like YouTuber and celebrity gospel. Before I started talking about Cardi B, it was the celebrity, it was the regular LGBT people, and still to this day, it is a void for uplifting those voices. Still to this day, and this is why I am so. It's so natural for me to talk about those stories, because to this day it's still not too many platforms that really telling the stories of LGBT independent artists, LGBT actors and actresses, and really telling their story.
And then top 10 songs. But on tomorrow night, we're gonna have Taj and King Milan. They'll be on to give a part 2, and we're gonna hear his side of the story and the fans. You can call in at 347-857-2773, and this show is recorded. It is recorded, and I'm going to upload this on YouTube, and it will also be available on blogtalkradio.com/The Wiley Show. It will be live on there. So people, please call in early on tomorrow if you want to listen in, because today the show was full.
Okay, so that was that. So y'all heard that in its entirety, like the entire like situation. Oh, we've been on here for like 2 hours. It was very sad. Either they, because they did come out and say it did not happen, didn't happen that way, but the public perception wasn't. But if they were touched, or if he got it in with them under the age of like 16, that is considered to be statutory rape. So y'all heard that interview. I've never played this, the first time in history of my YouTube channel that I brought it back, and there's some other interviews I want to replay. So I might be back live in about 30 minutes because I'm fully awake. I slept like literally. My sleeping pattern is like completely off. Like I could sleep like all day. Like before I did Shades Creation, I slept all the way to the point it was time for me to like interview Shades Creations and bring her on. So I'm up. So I'm about to see what other else interview I could do. Probably gonna do Trina Braxton next. Probably gonna be like a little marathon. I'm just doing I can show y'all the receipts. So when people criticize me and diss me, I'm showing you like the history of when I was doing shows. And so when people say I'm nothing or why my platform is this, I'm gonna show you my resume and show you some stuff that we did. So just stay tuned. I might do another video. I might do the Trina Braxton one. I feel like doing the Trina Braxton. Yeah, that's the one I'm gonna do. All right. It was epic when it happened. It was the ZT meeting I didn't see. Oh, you didn't see the ZT meeting. Okay, I'm gonna have to restream that on the backup channel because that's like backup channel content. Okay. Well, thank y'all so very much for tuning in. Thank you all for y'all donations. I definitely want to give a special shout out to all of the people that have donated, because we were able to cover all the expenses, the cable, the internet. We was able to cover the Blog Talk Radio expenses and the StreamYard expenses. Y'all covered it for this month of expenses, everything. Y'all came through. I mean, the producers literally came through, because like right now it's very limited. My unemployment stuff did not come in yet, and y'all literally came through it and made sure we had all the expenses paid. So Thank you for that from the bottom of my heart. And this is why I'm giving you as much content as possible, because I feel like if somebody helped you pay the internet and cable, because we use both of those things for the show. I watch, P Valley. We got the P Valley stuff coming, a review for that. Then I'm gonna rewatch a Shy, and I do reviews of these shows where in turn I come in and do content. So I need the cable, I need the internet, so I can review the shows and have conversation. So. All right, so we'll be back with another video. I'm gonna do the Trina Braxton interview next. Okay, peace. I'm gonna do that Trina Braxton interview next. And so anybody that's missing this show, they just have to just catch the replay. Peace. So they missed it. They just have to catch the replay. Shout out to the folks that's up with this marathon.